I used to be somebody before that freak Ayuz sent his army south and ruined everything. We had a nice racket going on in the land of the Freelords, or what the rest of the Flanes calls the Bandit Kingdoms. We had a territory we ran, and we hustled and stole what we could from who we could. Sure, we fought amongst ourselves, and I'd just as soon stick my dagger into someone from the Freelords as anywhere else. But we always banded together when an outside force threatened all of our businesses. But all that changed when Ayuz came a-calling. Half of the Freelords joined forces with Ayuz to save their skins, and the other half got wiped out or sent packing to the other lands, or down into the rift. I was no hero, and neither were any of my mates. So after the massacre of Steelbone Meadows, we did what any guys in our situation would have done. We hightailed it out of there. The only problem is that everywhere we went, there were old enemies waiting. After finally getting corralled by the Ernst soldiers, I was left to rot in a dungeon, waiting for them to decide what to do with me. The way the gods look at us, I don't think we're gonna like what it is they have in store.
We are live with
Oh, hey.
Yeah. Oops, we weren't paying attention.
Yeah. Hopefully they didn't hear that last part.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's
No
part
doubt.
of the fun.
If they
You'll
did,
get the
that's great.
end of it, and then you can sort of go backwards. And no, you couldn't hear it.
Right.
So anyway, those of you watching can just sort of imagine in your mind's eye what crazy shenanigans we were just up to prior to going on stream.
Right. So good.
It was way more interesting than you could ever
Yeah,
imagine.
Totally way more interesting.
As is
All
everything.
right. Well, hey. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Return to the Bandit Kingdom. We are, this is episode 16, and we have more from the lovely Verona. She gave
Thank
us,
you, Verona.
yes, she gave us many more ways to say 16, and I told, part of this was my fault, because I said, hey, give me some, just like obscure, and she did a great job. I know next to none of the ones that she sent me. I was like, I have no idea what this is. So, and there's so many of them, I'm going to break them in two parts, that I'm going to use some of these. So, these are all fantasy languages. Okay, so things that are from TV, movies, that sort of jazz and whatnot. So, and let's see, the first one we have here is Dothraki. And that, to say 16 would be Zen. I'm pretty sure I did that right.
That's right.
Sounded good. Yeah, I thought I was watching the
out.
show. Oof.
There you go.
Got chills.
A High Valerian is Bur-ampa. Klingon, Trovmok. I'm pretty sure that's probably right. Romulan 16 is Dahave. I don't know if that's right. Vulcan is Leishi. You know what? If there's anybody in chat that thinks I'm full of shit, please say down there.
I mean, you getting these pronounced right and you being full of shit are not two exclusive events.
They're not
I
yet
mean,
true.
they
No, fair
could
enough.
be-
Fair enough. Elvish is NC. I'm assuming that's from Lord of the Rings.
Probably.
I don't know what this is. Shivashith? Javt. I know you're watching, Verona. Go ahead and tell me where you got that from.
And if you're not watching, shame on
Hey,
you.
Frank. And last but not least, Tutanish is Tay-Seeks. And there you go. There's your education for the week. Hey, everybody. I am Will DM. Welcome to Bandit Kingdoms episode 16. We're going to get right into introducing everybody and then get right into the game. So, Jairus, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody who you're playing and something about your stuff, if you so choose.
Sure. I am Jairus. I play Raleigh. Raleigh is a sorcerer who is really, really hoping to learn magic someday. Right now, he's just stuck with the press gang, and he's happy to be here, getting over the death of his mother. But move forward. Today's a new day. Something about me is I am 3 days and counting, this Friday, premiering on this channel, this wonderful Wicked Studios LLC, premiering my game Ravanna, which is actually pronounced Ravanna.
Talk about pronunciation mistakes.
I'm telling you.
So many times, and I'm just now saying it for the first time as a world builds in your head. But yeah, so it's coming Friday, and it's going to be great, despite all of my efforts, because the cast seems really good.
But
So
wait, there's more. You can go onto YouTube right now and see exclusively.
That's right.
The Session 0. It's up there, right?
The one and only. We're only doing one Session 0. We're going right into the game. Session 1.
Yeah. unlike when I started up Bandit,
Well,
I had 3.
Adam is very well practiced now.
Yeah, although there may be some technical issues, just so you're those of you watching are aware. I keep dropping people from Skype, so
Yeah,
that's all
Skype.
fault.
Skype, if you'd love to be a sponsor, we would be happy to have you.
Someone's gonna bite.
But you are going to have
We'll get to that. Hey, before I forget, because I'll forget by the time we get around back over to Adam. Adam, stand up and show everybody your lovely shirt.
Oh yeah, so doing a little shilling for the
Yeah,
corporate entity.
See, I had the black one. I think it looks so much better.
Corporate
It's a
overlords.
light gray, but I just imagine it as white. That looks so good, doesn't it?
You can get it in white if you so choose.
That's right. At T Public. It's up there. Or you can just go to the Facebook page if you have that ability to, and there is a link there as well. Not to push product, but
It's a very comfortable shirt.
nudge.
Yeah.
Todd. Just a little.
exactly.
I'm partial to black myself, so.
Yeah. Yeah. You seem more like a Johnny Cash kind of guy. All right, we're gonna go south from him. We're gonna go to Steve, who plays Wyndon. Tell everybody who you're playing and something about yourself. You so choose, sir.
Sure, I'm playing Wyndon. He has had his soul stolen. He's not super stoked about that. He's tried to make the best of it. It hasn't gone great. His companions aren't quite as rational as he is. And he's just hoping to get out of this alive, hopefully get a soul, and hopefully get a lot of money. And those are his 3 main goals right now. And
That's one.
yeah,
Yeah, right. It's kind of all rolled into one.
And I just made banana bread muffins before we started playing. So there's me. Yeah.
Oh, you're a baker too, aren't you, Steve?
Well, I mean, not professionally at the moment, but yes.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot. Duh.
If you're trained, you're close enough.
Where do you live again, Steve? I'm just.
A magical world.
That's like I'll play Dungeons and Dragons with you, asshole, but I ain't telling you where.
We don't know.
I live on Candy Mountain. Just ask Charlie.
There you go.
They're made out of King
Oh,
Arthur flour.
Johnny.
It's glorious.
All right, so we'll go across from him to Michael. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir, and tell everybody who you're playing.
I am Michael, and I am playing Ash, new character. Kind of got a little bit of a debut last time there, or a couple times ago, and kind of got a little bit more of an introduction last time. So, a cleric, ostensibly of Nerul, but tells everybody it's other various clerics.
Oh,
And,
wait, I'm sorry not to interrupt. Obviously, Lee Kim's not up to date. He doesn't know what happened to Three Toes.
All Three Toes decided to become a cleric of Nerul and went through the ritual, and it seemed like it was going to work, and all of a sudden it failed, and it is Ash's theory it failed because there was no soul in Three Toes.
Yeah,
He's not. He's just fucking with you.
And that's all there is.
But in case anybody else was wondering what happened to Three Toes.
There you go. There you go. And it's that episode's called Neural's Blessing, is it not?
Neural's Blessing, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, thank you, Michael.
I like to call it the one that I wept.
One that I left.
Michael's Tears is the other alternate.
The
name
one
for
in
it.
which
That was
we
we were really close to going with Michael's Tears as the title. We didn't think it would fit with your macho image.
I
People
figured-
wouldn't believe it.
I just figured it would give away too much in the title.
Yeah, there you go. All right, directly north of Michael is the illustrious producer Adam. Go ahead, tell everybody. Well, you know the drill. Go for it.
If you could explain it to me in excruciating detail.
Sure. Okay,
I
so
wasn't
what
paying
do at
attention
this
to any
point-
of this. I haven't paid attention to anything for the first 15 weeks. I should pay more
A quick
attention. I know.
recap of everything that's happened at the start, the whole story, starting at Red Martin's. Go.
Yeah.
Red Martins?
We-
We need
Who's
to
that
have
one?
one of those shows where we
Who
just
am I?
like do a
the clip
super
show.
recap.
Yeah, clip show.
Flashback, clip show. Yeah.
I think we should do a clip show of unseen footage.
No doubt, dude. I could totally see. We'll get the camera and we'll get like GI Joes and like other action figures and just like recreate it.
Or just like after every episode, do like end it and then do like 10 minutes more, and then we'll like 20 episodes from now we'll air them all together and it'll just be these really choppy pieces. It'd be brilliant.
Right? That's a great idea, actually. Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm Adam. I'm playing Silver Wolf the Ranger, who thought he was going to get to fuck some IU shit up last time. It's possible he'll do it this time if we don't get killed by Braze. We've learned that
Oh,
he doesn't.
yeah.
We've learned that Silver Wolf does not know how to bribe somebody.
No, not at all.
I
And-
totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
This is very dire.
This should be an interesting one. And then
Schreier
something about
guy.
me, I'll do a quick one and sort of piggyback off of Steve. I would rather die than eat a banana, and I am not exaggerating.
Oh,
And banana flavored things are even worse than the actual banana.
I don't think you know what the word exaggerating means.
No, I would literally rather die. I mean, I've had a good run.
Bananas to death. He's choosing death, guys. That's
Yeah.
what we get. Yeah.
You know,
I
my
see
wife
it
is
now.
actually allergic to bananas
about
and
that.
would actually die, but she's
Yeah.
nice enough to still make me banana bread. So
And
I've got
because of that, I'm like
I got this image in my head of just Adam tied up in a chair and a Nazi, SS officer walking around in Paris like, once, and he's peeling a banana the entire time. Once you don't want to tell us the secrets, okay?
I might crack.
Okay, I need you to tell me, hey, what was the name of that one song that Pure Logic wrote?
Well, we wrote
'Cause it'll-
many songs, but
Well,
the
the
one
one-
that was written about Will,
There you go.
who at one point was a telephonic psychic reader.
I was.
We wrote a song called "Free Sample Reading."
I
There you
feel
go.
like I've missed a segment of conversation somewhere along the way.
So, okay, so
Let's
that was
go over it now, but
That happened
that was
just
a
before you got here.
segue to talking about something that I did back in the 90s. Oh, way back in the 90s. For 3 days, I actually was a telephone psychic.
nice.
Very true. I had a tarot reading program on the computer that I would use to get the results, and like people would call up, and I had like a deck of cards that I would like fan next to the phone. And when
Impressive.
yeah.
Really,
So
Leo. Great.
I like to think that I helped people more than just took advantage of them and made them spend
I'm
money.
sure you'd like to think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, he was unable to foretell the job was only going to last 3 days.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so true. So true. All right, but there it is. Okay. I was just say now there's the Bandit Kingdoms.
Yeah,
Look at
during,
that.
during the God's
You can't
Party,
drop
Pure
out.
Logic was playing Free Sample Reading. Their
Nice.
hit tune from 1995, possibly.
That's about around
Somewhere
when I was doing
thereabouts.
it. There it is. It was all kismet. All right, so I guess that's it. We will go ahead and. Does anybody got any other any announcements or anything?
I don't want to get killed by hobbits. I'm going to announce that.
So
Well, it's a good thing
I'll
there's
just
no
remind everybody to
hobbits in this
go
episode
watch.
because they are copyrighted.
Yeah,
Fair
goodness.
enough. I don't want to get. All right. I don't want to kill by mafia halflings. How's that? Is that better?
All right. Well, there's always that. Okay.
Hoblings.
Halflings.
Yeah, let's do
Actually-
this.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'll give a quick recap. The party now with their newfound friend Ash, cleric of Nerul, who is kind of ordered by the underground remnants of the Temple of Nerul here in Rookroos. They kind of wanted to just get rid of them. So they they had gone back after. Where were you guys at when you went back to Salus's? Where'd you come from? Help
We
me
came
out.
from beating three
reconnoitering
trolls
the,
into paste.
Oh, that's right.
Reconnoitering the ambush site.
Ambush
Oh,
site
right,
for the
yeah.
money train. Yeah, you guys went out, reconnoitered the ambush site of the money train that Merc went out and showed you where it was at. You came back to Rookroos, and when you came back, you found a poor deceased Salus. She was no more. Somebody had come in and did a number on her, and apparently when she had died and departed, the magics that were running rampant through her apartment ceased to exist. And so a lot of those magical portals and different fun stuff that was going on there wasn't working anymore. The place was run down and decrepit now. So basically, they were kind of a little spooked about that, but they remembered there was a trap door under the rug, and they checked, and that was still there. They went through, they found a tunnel down there, followed the tunnel, which eventually led them into a natural, cavern system, which led them to a bunch of crates that had pieces and parts, and even some put together golems or automatons. It looked just like the ones that Raleigh and hold on a second. The automatons that were in Vig Richard's place. And that was Silverwolf that was with him during that, correct? Was it the two Nighty boys? Okay. They did battle with them, found a even larger stash of these things and parts, most of which were not fully functional yet at that time, and they decided to hightail it back to Salus's old apartment. From Salus's apartment, is that where you guys... You sent Merc to go get mercenaries for the ambush on the money train.
Yep. And we decided, unwisely, to all go to where he had directed us to meet with the Braze.
Yep.
That's right.
And we decided we were going to let Wind do the talking, and
announced
then
that the undead Braze were all hovering around.
Yeah. And they dropped the name Xander, which was somebody who died in a bar brawl, episode 6. So they were taken and put into a private room upstairs. And then after they were put into a private room upstairs, they did bring in food, and then in comes the procession of Braze with Don Octavio there, and Silverwolf with all of his cunning diplomacy skills and tact. Flipped a platinum piece.
Well, he made reference to his boy Xander, and I thought I was trying to distract him.
So that's where we ended off. You guys, before you had come here though, and after you'd left Salus's apartment, you did get rooms at an inn. Am I correct?
Yeah,
because that's where you stashed everything.
Right.
Yeah, all the parts that you took from.
We just lost Will.
Uh-oh.
I mean, of everybody, he's the least important, but
that's true. It's just
we can
my
hear
info.
you. You
can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then my audio should.
We just can't see your pretty face.
The audio is all we need.
Yeah, you don't need my ugly mug. That's true. All right. So where we're going to go ahead and pick up is you guys are there.
And you're back, by the way.
Oh, of course. Thanks.
Let me know if he cuts out again. I'll do hand gestures for Will. Look at my
Like
hand
little puppets.
Okay.
Kind of what,
And he's
that,
gone, so now you're up. Yeah.
guy that pretended to do ASL there when Obama did that speech in Africa. And
Oh,
it
that
turns out
was really funny.
making
Yeah,
hand gestures.
that was really funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see who is not in the deal. I have put up the map.
Oh shoot,
Who am I
that's me.
missing?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, yep.
That's me. I'll be there.
You're just basically anticipating it.
I honestly, I usually do Roll20 and then Skype, but I'm like, I'll do Skype first today, and then
Right.
got to do Roll20.
I think it's just Wyndon boycotting.
Yeah.
Like that with you guys.
It's too late for that now. We should have done that when this whole thing started.
Yeah, I was
You're
also
always
on
there,
the...
Lee. I can feel your presence. You like a Jedi, Mr. Kim.
So Raleigh grows to giant size.
That'll help. That'll actually... That's pretty good.
Probably
Right.
would, actually.
Raleigh
Okay.
turns into an ancient red dragon.
Not to be outdone, Ash does as well.
Yeah, and I'm
All
losing
right.
people right and left here, so just bear with us. Focus on the map.
Dun, dun, dun. See, I thought I had gotten this, obviously. But that's all right. I know how to shrink you guys down.
Raleigh will not be contained by any container. It's a Toy Story reference. Sad kids.
Okay, I put you guys over there. Look,
All
see,
the power of the universe in an itty bitty space.
yeah, Silverwolf is much more compliant than you guys are.
Where was the food?
Food's all in the center of the table
On
there.
the
You see it?
table.
And if I threw it, I'd probably over here. If I tossed a, or over here, if I tossed a
Yeah, you can be right there. And then
coin at him.
I'll just move some of these.
Basically, the only one we can see
Yeah,
right now
I was
is
talking
me,
to
so
it,
I'm gonna
so-
move to the
Sure, I'm-
full roll 20.
Yeah,
So,
'cause we got-
sorry for the issues here, folks. I'm not sure why Skype is not behaving for me today.
Oh, they can still be heard. Let's just drive
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I've got
Sacrifice one of our
backup.
characters.
I've got backup scenarios here.
All right.
He's a
perfect.
professional. Okay, so let's see. Who are we missing?
So, real quick question: where's the door?
Right there.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yep. Okay.
And there's no braves by the door.
Where's the door?
Right
Here.
there. See it?
Oh, okay.
Is that
Over
it?
by Raleigh.
Yep. So if you wanted to move down to this end, you're more than welcome to.
That's all right.
Yep. And then we'll just wait for Steve to get in, and then we will go ahead and put his guy up there.
Yep. Sorry.
That's all right.
So,
This is where we will.
Silverwolf had just thrown a platinum piece at the Don of the Short Fellas. That's
Yep.
where we are, right?
Yep.
How were they reacting?
Okay. So basically, you chucked a. You flip. So I guess that's the question. You weren't flipping it at him, so you were saying you were flipping it what like maybe onto the table?
Yeah, flipping it onto the table in front of him.
Okay.
So it would
like,
sort of bounce across the table and land, near him.
like roughly in front of him, but on the table.
Right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that changes things a little bit. So like you flip the coin over, it lands on the table and rolls around. He looks over at you and he goes, I heard you got to think about just throwing coin around.
I just want you to know that we're serious.
So let me get this straight. One platinum piece is what's going to make you serious.
No, it's the
Okay.
thing. It's a gesture of things to come. I'm going to be
He's
honest with you. I'm
serious, but
I'm
it's
from the
also cheap.
woods. I don't. This is
I
the
couldn't
first
tell.
time I've been in this scenario. This is a lovely, lovely place you have here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Please sit down. Have something to eat. I mean, if I'm going to have to eventually kill you sons of bitches, I would prefer you to have a full stomach. But that's going to really depend on how this goes. I'm not going to
Well, could somebody pass the pie then? Not
No.
not that pie, the other pie.
But
that
you can
pie.
get up and get it your damn self.
I'll pick up a piece of pie and I'll
Isn't that what you
walk
brought
over.
these footmen in here for? all these footmen, aren't they supposed to be waiting on us now?
I'm gonna
You know,
bring
you guys
Raleigh.
are-
I'm gonna bring Raleigh some pie from the table I was standing next to.
Thank you. That pie's like 20 feet away.
So
Right,
enough
Ash-
of
Ash-
this. What I want to know is, you know Xander, and he's pointing at you, Ash. He goes, "You
Well, I
telling
don't
me
know him well. No, I mean he's just right here. He's just been
That's
talking
what I
to
heard
me
that
since we,
too.
Okay.
since we came in here. So
I know Xander.
What do you mean he's
I
right
sit
there?
as I sit in the
Right
chair.
there,
I
of
just
course. I'm sorry. He's right. He's right here. Tell Xander. Yeah. I'm not gonna tell him that. What are you thinking? He says, "Watch out for camp rats." Apparently, you have camp rats or had some camp rats. I
Jesus
know it's
fucking
kind of
Christ.
offensive, but watch out
When
for
you-
camp rats. That's his message to you.
When you mention camp rats, his one eyebrow like goes up, and he looks slightly surprised, like he's like kind of slightly impressed by that. All right. So you know who Xander is, but I'm not gonna believe none of this charlatan boogada bullshit.
Oh, that's
What
fine.
What I need to know is what happened to my boy? Who killed him? Did you all kill him? Is that what happened?
no.
Xander, who did
But I
you
was
say
there
killed
with
you?
I kick Ash under the table.
You are sitting next to him, so you can't do that.
Apparently, he was killed by an assassin.
An
His
assassin.
name
Oh,
is Smoky
an
Cat.
assassin who was working for the outfit, I do believe.
Oh, really? Because you know what? I've got a lot of descriptions that have been given to me about that night. One in particular talks about a really smelly motherfucker picking up one of my boys and swinging him around. I remember that. And a big blue son of a bitch who used his magic to kill some of my boys.
I can explain that.
This is your opportunity.
You see, we were caught in the middle of an unfortunate incident at the Raven Inn.
I wasn't there, by the way.
Yeah, not that long ago, and the blue guy that you were talking about,
He works for Smoky Cass.
and he turned into a dire wolf, which was very frightening. Now,
Yeah.
one
I
of
heard about that too.
one of your men, perhaps the one he's talking about, perhaps another, I'm not sure, came running over in a furious rage in order to protect him from the direwolf. I picked him up to try to keep him out of the way, as you would a ball from a child. Now,
Is that what we're
unfortunately,
gonna go with? All right.
unfortunately, this did not work, and he died anyway.
I don't think it's gonna work this time either.
I can attest
Hey.
to that because he actually is being haunted by a guy right now who he tried to save by throwing him out a window. I feel like it's a process. So his rescuing, you don't want this guy to help rescue you. You just
That's so
don't.
true.
I said
So
I didn't throw him out the window. I tried to carry him out the window, and I fell on top of his head, and the pavement crushed his skull.
Yeah. Okay, now this is the other thing I heard.
Interesting take on that story. Yes.
This is what I heard of what happened that night. You boys were in there talking with Smokey Cast. That's true. You're also talking with Mathers, who died that night too. That's true. And I also heard you boys are working for the county.
county?
No, that's
Yeah, the county
bullshit.
runs.
That's exactly why I kicked Mathers in the face. Anybody tell you that? Because he's a dick, and because he's an outfit guy, and because he's making up rumors.
Is that what it is? All
Yeah, I didn't even talk to them. I just jumped down and kicked him in the face.
All right. I've busted your balls enough. First off, Xander and my other boy, who was his name? Tito. Xander's and Tito, when they were in there.
Tito's not here.
No, but
Tito,
I loved him in the
just
Jackson
Xander's
5.
ghost? Okay. They were on their own time. Whatever they did then, that was that. So I'm not going to hold you boys responsible for taking care of some business that you were doing. But now, you're here. So what the fuck are you doing here?
I take out a platinum piece and
Oh God, don't.
I look at
throw it.
Wyndon. I look at
Nope.
Wyndon. No, all right, I put it back.
Sir, we are here. We know you have one of the best reputations in Rookhook in the area, and we have a task we think that we know we would love to hire you on for, if indeed that is a possibility.
You want to hire us?
Ideally, if we can, yes.
I'm listening.
Well, I'm sure you have intel that we don't, but just in case you probably know this already, there is a carriage or caravan of coin that leaves the city for
really?
use. Yes.
Yeah, we don't know about that. We know that they collect stuff, but nobody knows how it gets out.
Well, we found the meeting point where the city.
Oh, you did you?
Yes. And we want to ambush that caravan, kill as many Iusian people as you can, just so the word doesn't get out, and take all of the money. So.
And you want to hire us for that, huh?
Well, we know you're the best in the business, so if we can afford it, we'd like to, yes.
I take a platinum piece out again. I look at Wyndon. No, not the time. Not the time. I put it back.
So, let me just go over what's the room here to show you guys what's what. So, like, we've got that guy right there in the purple. That's Don Octavio.
Yep.
Now he's got a very plush and leather booster seat thing going on there. Okay. Because like all these other halflings are standing up. So like there is the one that you determined was a priest of some sort. That looks like a wizard. The two guys up on the sides here, these actually look more like knights. They're kind of wearing half plate. Okay. Over on the sides here, you see these looking guys right there. Got the two blades. Those guys are like the Savage Brace. Okay, those are the guys that you ran into when you were in the Raven, and the two guys who you killed. Xander was one of them. He was one of those types. This guy is kind of like a woodsy outdoorsman kind of looking. He has. He looks like maybe he'd be an archer because of just how he's got. What do they call that guard that they use? Just a bracer.
Yeah.
Okay. But and then we've got some monkish types, and then we got some just straight up like look like soldier types. Okay.
Yep.
Wide variety.
So that's the guys around here. Now the wizard comes over and stands next to Don Octavio, and Don Octavio leans over, and they start whispering back and forth for just a brief second. And like Don Octavio like shakes his head and goes, "Okay, so I'm to believe that you gentlemen have come across some valuable information as far as where all the tribute that gets collected around here in Rookroos is going to.
Yes, sir.
And you want to hire us."
Yes, sir, if we can.
Got it. He looks over and looks at the braze on his right, gives a nod, looks over to the left, gives a nod. So when he does that, these braze start moving.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay, they're blockading the door.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Okay. And then that's guy come over here. Okay. So they move like that, and he goes, "Okay, this is what it's going to do. You're going to tell me where this place is at. I'm going to send my boys, we're going to check it out. This is how it'll work. If we think it's worth doing, we'll do it. We want a cut.
Of course.
We want 80%.
Okay. Okay.
Seems more than fair unless you guys got a whole bunch of dudes that I don't know about that you're going to use.
Well, there was some talk of hiring much less skilled muscle that could soften up the enemy a bit.
Yeah, so basically you're reinforcing my point. We're the muscle. We're the real reason that this is going to happen. So if that's the case, we'll be more than happy to give you 20.
Yep.
Only after we check it all out.
Yeah, of course.
Now, if it is the money train, as you're saying it is, that's a big payday.
Yep.
20% of that's going to be a lot of coin.
You know, it'd be more coin, 35%.
Yeah,
It
nope.
sure would.
Yep.
Shit, and put it in my pouch.
Don Octavio, what do you
No.
know about constructs?
Oh.
Constructs. What the robot? I don't know. What do you mean?
What is that word? Roll? Bot?
Might be halfling.
Well, I see
it's
you have,
robot
uh,
for construct.
It is. It's
Much,
totally
much
accurate.
like
No
my
wish to
friend,
me, I don't know.
First of
much
all,
like my friend Wyndon here,
that.
I see you have a wizard.
let me ask you this.
Not a
Who
wizard.
the fuck are you?
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah, that's what it's going to
Comedic sidekick.
That's a very good question.
Yeah. Like, so far, I've only got...
Jokes. He's got really good jokes. Tell him a joke, only if he wants to hear one. Otherwise, his jokes really are lame, so you might not want to hear one.
Okay, so I don't have a joke, but I can tell you a story.
No, I want to know your name.
I'm
He
Rob.
looks over at the halfling wizard sitting next to him, and he goes. He starts speaking halfling. Then he looks back and he looks at you guys and he keeps speaking halfling, and then he smiles and he looks back at the halfling. And goes, so he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, Raleigh Nady. So you're Arva's son."
I'm Arver's son.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
You like the outfit?
No, I don't like the outfit.
I don't like the outfit
people who
either.
Pay me. If the outfit pays me, I like the outfit. The outfit don't pay me, I don't give a fuck about the outfit.
I think he was talking about his coat.
Oh, your coat? I'm sorry, you're so far down there. Why don't you two come down here and sit closer to me?
The outfit. I get it.
I'm here all week,
Maybe
folks.
he's our
So-
comedic
It
comedy
was a
relief.
simple question. Do you make constructs? You fuck with constructs? Is that not? That's not in your interest.
What do you mean? No, I don't make contracts.
No. You have a wizard. I don't know. That, like, my experience, wizards
I
make
do.
constructs. Your wizard doesn't make constructs. Why can't you make constructs?
Oh, Jesus, it's going to be like that, isn't it? So anyway, and what's your name? And he points at you, Silverwolf.
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 He says it with a straight face too. Isn't it impressive?
Silverwolf. That's your name. Okay.
Yes.
And what about you, Smiley? Mr. I talk to dead people?
Bruce Willis.
My name?
Yeah, your name.
You may call me Ash.
All right, so your name's Ash, and what about you?
Is he gesturing towards me?
Yep, he's pointing towards Wyndon.
I'm Wyndon, sir.
Wyndon, that's I think it sounds familiar for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I'm Don Octavian. We've all been introduced now. Hey, outfit, you sure you don't want to come down here and sit with your boys? He's talking to you, Raleigh.
I'm getting to know. I'm hanging out with your boys. I'm making new friends.
All right, fair enough. So, all right, now that we're all on a first name basis, we don't have to yank each other's dicks.
Oof.
20%. How's that
I'd
sound?
rather not do that under any
I'm glad we
situation.
don't have to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 20%. Is it good?
Yep.
30%. Deal.
20%'s fine, sir. That'll be great. And mind
Excellent.
you, like Wyndon's like rubbing his like forehead, and he looks very pained, but he's trying to make his voice sound somewhat cordial.
Right?
Raleigh's going to subtly cast suggestion.
Oh no!
40%.
No! No!
It doesn't know I'm casting it.
Yeah, because you've got that thing
Yeah.
that allows you to do that. It seems to take absolutely no effect on Don Octavio whatsoever. It's almost as if it.
What do you mean
fizzed
rats
out.
are horses?
Sure.
Is he wearing?
You know what I mean? So
is he wearing
there's
a
some
Magneto
kind of
helmet?
protective magic that he's got going on that prevented that from happening.
If Raleigh knew magic, he might understand that.
That's
but
true. My bad.
He just thinks sometimes he's persuasive, and he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm not persuasive."
Fair enough.
All right.
All right.
20%. How many
Ash
men? How many
actually
men do we
stands
get
up
for
at this
20%?
point.
Well, we're going to decide that now because technically this is a Bray operation now.
Right.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you go with my boy Torquil. Come here.
How about this?
And this guy, he
Any
comes
one of yours
over.
against any one of ours. 20% if you win, 30% if we do.
All right, I'll take that action.
Have a little fun.
Who wants to?
You pick.
I get to pick.
You pick.
What are we doing?
Oh, this is good. You didn't hear what Raleigh just said?
He
No,
was the
sorry.
comedic relief.
Go ahead and repeat it, Raleigh.
This is
Any
Joe.
one of ours against any one of theirs for 10%. We win, we get 30%.
A
They
fight?
win, we take
I've got
20.
dice.
A fight. A fight.
Fight.
Let's do it.
And Don Octavio says he was down for that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's
I mean,
when
I'll
Don
fight
Octavio
one of
says,
these
all
little
right,
guys."
who's going to fight?
Do we get to pick?
Raleigh just said that they get to
You can
choose.
pick who you're
No, let him pick.
So you're going to let me pick your man.
You pick, and I get to pick yours.
No, that's not the way it works. I'll pick my man. You pick your man. And then we'll go from there. How's that sound?
Well,
I mean, I think I'm very obviously the best fighter among us, but
If you want to fight, go ahead. I'm
yeah.
like that's Raleigh. I don't want like Jairus isn't saying that.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
fair
Raleigh,
enough.
Bring
was
it
your
on.
idea.
All right. We're going to get a little action on this. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So we can't do it in here. It's going to mess shit up. No, not at all. So, all right. You guys go down the street. And when you leave out, okay, the spoon, just take a left. You're going to go 6 blocks down, okay? And then there's going to be a big building there. Nondescript, not a lot on there. But it's got 2 doors, and it's got, on the outside, there's a sign. It's a pig. It's just a pig painted there. There ain't nothing else. You go in that door, and I'm going to get my boys together. We'll come down, and we'll have a little fun. Yeah,
Let's
this will be
set the terms of this.
the terms. What do
The
you mean?
terms of outside assistance,
Well,
yay,
like,
nay.
Death,
Oh yeah,
you
we'll
know.
help you out if we decide it's
living,
worth.
pummeled senseless.
Yeah, that's. Oh yeah. Before we get into all this, see, you got me all excited about beating people up. This is my man Torquil, and he shows that's the guy who came up and replaced standing next to him where the wizard was. Now this guy it's the same. He's dressed in greens and browns, got some leather armor on. He's actually has on his back. He's got his quiver and his short bow, and he's got a short sword. And he's like, "This here's Torquil. He's gonna go with you, and you're gonna show him where this thing is.
Of course.
He'll be the one who makes the decision, and then after that, he'll come back with the information. If everything looks good, the price will go, and we'll get this money. You know what I mean?"
So we don't really have time for all that, do we? To go out and back and.
It's only about 2
I
o'clock
guess.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine bringing him there if you're gonna fight one of these guys at the same
Okay.
time. If it cuts down on time.
That's-
Is somebody going to tell him that you're pressed for time because it's tonight?
Yeah, it is tonight.
oh,
What's
right. Yeah.
tonight?
The
I
drop.
thought it was tomorrow.
No, it's tonight.
Yeah, this
That's
goes
tonight.
down tonight, so all of this fun little back and forth is interesting.
Oh.
But
All right, so Don Octavio, how about this? How about after the ambush? We'll fight for the 10% because it's foolish to send any of us into a fight not at 100%, right? Am I right?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll get you ship shape right beforehand. I want to see some blood. So we're going to do that. But
Oh,
what
that's I like you. Can we be
we're
friends?
going to do,
Tell
this
me
is
we
what
can
we're
be
going to do.
friends.
This is what we're going to do. So I could maybe, if I have to, two birds, one stone, it don't matter. So I'll let all my boys go out there. How many did you say is going to be there?
Well, we don't have hard numbers, but we're estimating total with
25 or so.
both the city forces and the outside group meeting them. Is that what the total for both was?
Well, no, the total's around 50, but we're gonna hit them once the city group leaves and the others are on their way back.
Right. Okay. Yes. That.
Okay, so maybe at most roughly around 50 guys. We're just gonna say that. All right. I'll send out enough men to take care of the job, period. I'll have to clean up and get all the braves together in time to do this, but I could probably do it. And it just work like this. If it still looks like a great deal, we do the job, everybody's happy, gets paid. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. My boys kill you. You're already outside the city. We can bury you in a shallow grave. It's all the same.
Yep.
There it is.
So simple.
So simple. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Good. You know, but then I do have to say this much. If this is still a go, my boy over here, Clark, and he points towards the wizard, gonna have to get a little bit of your blood.
What?
Just a little bit.
Right. This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure y'all ain't a bunch of fucking rats.
Yep.
You know?
Whatever.
I like this kid down here. He's got a smart head. He understands doing business. All right. Let's do it.
All right.
So Don Octavio gets up, walks down his little step.
You need a hand.
You know. He starts they start all filing out. Oh, hey, go ahead, finish your meal.
Thanks.
I'm gonna go get the guys together and we'll meet you down there.
Pig? Are we doing the pig place?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got to decide whether or not this is gonna be 20 or 30, and I want to see this cat. Look at him with his coat and his tall, and he's a fucking native. If he gets his shit kicked in, I'm gonna be happy. No offense, kid.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
All right. So they all file out. Don Octavio goes out first, and then his boys kind of follow him out. And you're left alone in the room with your meal to finish. So.
Yeah. Wyndham's just clenching his fist, going 80%.
Yeah, I feel like we made a mistake coming here.
Well, it's too late now. So.
I don't know.
If it's as big as a cut, if it's as big as an amount as we hope it is, even 20% of that's still decent. It's better than being
I don't
dead.
even care about the money. I just feel like these guys are taking over the whole thing.
Well,
they did.
I mean, honestly, if the Iusians die and we get money for it, I mean, does it really matter that much?
No, I suppose not.
Well, so guys.
Yeah.
They're not counting on us for too much, right? How close do you think them versus 50 Iusians is going to be?
Honestly, I have to see how many of them are going to be there. He sounded like he's marshaling most of his foot soldiers. It might not be close. They might. I have seen. Okay, I know you lived here too, but I don't think you ran in the same circles as me, Raleigh.
I've down that much. I don't know what's happening below most people's waists.
I've seen some stuff. I have. If you notice, I was using polite words and not complaining over getting 20% of a cut. Do you know why that is?
Because you're scared of the little men.
You're just a nice guy.
Yes, exactly. I'm not a nice guy. I'm very much not a nice guy. What I am is a very pragmatic guy. And
so here's my concern. We just ordered a bunch of useless mercenaries.
Well, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, for a grand total of what was it? 10 for 20 gold.
Even so, I mean, what are we going to do with them? We're just going to have to kill them for no reason.
We have guards to defend us against these things now.
Oh, that's a good point, Ash. That's a good point.
Oh, okay. Ooh. All right, what about this? So, scenario 1. the Brays take out the Iusians real easy. In which case, we got 20% for not doing anything, which is okay.
Yep.
Scenario 2, it kind of gets back and forth. And then we wait for our moment and come in with our mercenaries, and we're as badass as we are, and we finish off everybody, and we take 100%.
I'm going to give that a lot lower odds. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm going to say it's not very likely.
Right. But we get you make the call. I don't want to make the call.
Yeah, I'll make the call. That sounds
I'll
great.
make the plan, you make the call.
Excellent. Great.
And remember, the walls could have ears.
Oh,
so.
yes, I know. And of course...
We're
exactly.
still. I wouldn't. Even Raleigh wouldn't have had this conversation if we're still in the room. I have assumed we'd left by now. I missed something. My bad.
You guys can say that this conversation holds off until you leave.
Yeah, until we're walking back to where our room.
I would like to
hotel.
point out that Xander Bray followed Don Octavio out of the room, and it seems to be haunting him now.
Nice.
Oh,
I
that's
like it.
sweet. I like
Nice. So we're walking to the pig pen here, as I'm going to call it.
Oh, I like it.
So now, are you really gonna fight, Raleigh?
Well, I love to fight.
Yeah.
Don't
I
you
mean,
love
what
to
the hell?
fighting? Is so much fun.
As long as he doesn't kill you, I mean, sure.
You're pretty good at it then, a good pit fighter. You get nose to nose, get real bloodied, guts
No,
hanging out.
No, that's not his thing at all.
I mostly dance around. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could give you some help, some guidance, some assistance from the sidelines, but not
I
really.
don't think that's going to go over well. We didn't actually hardline
We didn't
delineate
set
that.
any rules, so
But-
and that's why I asked. So I can throw some stuff out there to kind of pump him up, but not too much.
Why don't we check in on that before the whole thing goes down when we get
Here's
there?
the one thing that I forgot. So that conversation that you guys were having, we're still going to can that, and we'll save that back for later. So okay, after Octavio and the other Braves leave, you guys finish up eating or doing whatever you do. You start leaving. Torquil is out in the hallway.
Okay.
That's the halfling that essentially looks like a halfling ranger. Okay.
Yep.
And he's just waiting there for you guys. It's like, hey guys,
Hello.
looks like I'm hanging with you now.
Oh, okay.
So
you
I
wanna
didn't
go
want to interrupt you.
You want to? What do you want to do? You want to go see the site?
Well, that was the original idea, but now it doesn't. Don just told me to, make sure you don't skedaddle or do anything stupid.
Sure, you're
So
a
just
It was
pretend
our-
like I'm not here. That's all right.
Oh, do you know the rules of this fighting that Raleigh is going to be doing? Is there any sort of no
Yeah.
helping clause or?
No helping. Not unless you want to guys get in a group fight, and you can talk about that.
Is it weapons? Is it bare knuckle?
Oh, it's weapons, or you can do bare knuckles. I mean, it's totally up to you guys.
I wouldn't mind getting into a boxing match with somebody.
I know.
I mean,
I've never
group
really
fights usually bring in the most money. So, yeah, there's
Will there
going to
be
be betting.
gambling involved?
Oh, you bet. That's where you guys are going. That's the
Yeah.
fighting pit. That's where they do all that stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
So-
you are going to be there. And what would be the odds that you win?
Me? I
Yeah,
don't
you.
do that stuff. I don't do the fighting in the pits. You crazy?
Oh,
Most Braves don't. Only the really, I guess badass or crazy ones do that. So
it's
maybe
gonna be
some
one
of the
of-
will
It's gonna be
who
one of
will
them.
our insane our tough fighter be fighting?
Well, I don't know. He hasn't picked them yet. That's all up to Don Octavio.
How do we
So-
know the odds? How do we know to place bets here?
Oh, the odds that'll be taken care of down there. They'll announce all that stuff before the fight starts.
All right, let's
I
just
don't know.
head
I'm
down
just saying
there.
right
We'll
now.
figure it out. I mean, Raleigh's
Yeah.
already got us into this, so.
It's a
We
platinum
have
team
nothing to
anything?
lose.
To be
Right?
fair,
We're-
it's
it's
true.
close.
All we have to lose is Raleigh. So
Fortune to win
Guys,
here.
I don't know how to die. So
That's true. You've defied all the feats in the past.
You've
All
never
right.
done this before, right? I tell you what, all these ghosts around here, they didn't know how to die either.
Ooh, well said.
That's
Okay.
why they're still here.
Let's see if I can find something here. That's all right. We're gonna draw this up. All right, so you guys go down, and you're just going to go down to the pit.
Yeah, might as well.
Why not?
Okay.
How the hell am I in a pit fight right now? I'm not
I don't
complaining,
know.
but
I don't know. How are you in a pit fight right now?
I don't know.
I'm actually, Raleigh, I like this idea of yours because we, as a group, we only benefit. We don't lose anything except for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we still don't lose much, really.
They said that they'll heal him
What
up.
I've seen so far.
Right.
Right. Okay, you guys talk amongst yourselves for just a hot minute. I wasn't, and I don't know why I wasn't anticipating this.
You didn't see this coming.
I
So
mean,
I'm
it's an
going to-
NPC. Chances are we're gonna fight it or hate it.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So I'm gonna draw a
So-
quick map.
Now, do we just bet it all on the other guy and I throw the fight?
Ooh,
I would
that's
look-
smart.
I bet the extra 10% that we would get
It
for
would be a
you
lot
is
more
is
than
still
the.
more than we'd get from betting.
Fair enough.
So I want you to go out there and give it your all. As a matter of fact, yeah, you just go out there, you get everything you got.
Now here's the
And I'm going to be
problem.
betting on the other guy. But
So they can. Jairus looks like Max Headroom for a minute there. He kept shaking his head and with like a little. So here's my only concern. Your big move is shield. Right?
Right.
So you can only do that so many times a day.
Right.
We're not gonna have a rest. He can heal your wounds, but he can't give you back any of your abilities.
I think he can. Right? That was the. I hope he can. Well, if he,
No, he can't. He can't give you
So
back
then you're
spells.
going into a
He can
bigger
heal you.
fight
block.
without a number of your abilities.
Yeah. No, that's gonna suck, right? 10% though, baby.
Perhaps.
So are you
try
sure
to-
you want to do this? Is what I'm saying.
Or do you
I
want to just forfeit it now for 10% and call it good?
No.
I say, why don't you just try to win with using as little magic as possible? There you go.
That.
Yeah, right?
I can definitely do that because I don't know any
He
magic.
doesn't know magic. See, that's
He's
the
not
thing.
a wizard. You
No,
know, I
yeah.
know what
Wizard
you're
is
lying,
Wyndon.
but
If you want to throw some magic my way,
Okay,
that
not a
would be very
wizard.
helpful.
Raleigh, how do you think you deflect things from you like that if it's not magic?
I'm really hard to hit. I'm like Bob and I weave.
How do you think
I
you?
look like
I've seen you pop up from one side of a room to another without going into intervening space. How do you explain that?
You did that
Well,
just
here-
last night to fuck with me.
There you go, gentlemen. There's the high quality that everyone can
Like it.
expect for a return to the
Yes,
Bandit
there you
Kingdom.
go.
Damn.
It's
Hey, man,
perfect.
That just happens when I'm scared.
Right?
But
Okay.
So I kind of
So-
just want to fight. Can I fight Raleigh in this?
I don't know. So basically, what happens is you guys go down. Okay.
actually, before we get too far into this,
Is it? What time is it? You want to take a break now?
no.
Oh.
Before we get into
He means in
him
the
getting
game.
into the pit fight, we're
Mm-hmm.
still heading that way, and I'm kind of like mumbling under my breath a little bit, and I take out a little tiny strip of white cloth, and I like dab each of your heads with it, and
White
kind of say, you guys all look so hot, and
that's weird. Ash.
It doesn't mean
is-
temperature.
so on and kind of come back around. But the three of you actually all feel much better after that happens. And
Yeah.
so your hit point maximum and current hit points will increase by 5 each
Nice.
All
for the
right.
next 8 hours.
There you go. Okay. So you guys make it down to the pig pen, right?
Yeah.
There's a number of guys outside the pig pen, just standing there outside the front door, and so they are not just brays. There's brays there. There's local like thugs, like some well-to-do dandies, quite a few different people. Okay, and
Well-to-do
they're just
dandies is another song on the Tritherian Jesus album.
Yeah, so go ahead and you guys can drop your tokens on the beautiful map there. And
or I can just be a giant. That's cool too.
Everyone's a giant except for me. Apparently, I'm now halfling size.
I adjusted
You've assimilated.
you, Raleigh. Okay, and I'm not gonna draw. So basically, there's like a half dozen guys standing around out front. They're like smoking, drinking, that sort of thing. You guys come walking up there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, here it is. They're here." Oh, it's like, because it's only like you guys don't take very long. I mean, it's like 45 minutes, and you come on down. So obviously the news was spread really quick, and you go to the doors. The doors open up, and there's like 100 people in here.
Woo!
And they're all, woo, all right, and they're like,
great job of keeping a low profile, guys. Well done.
They're all like, yeah, okay, and they cheer when you guys come in, right? Now, as you come in, as you see right here, essentially what this is right here, this is like a ringed sand pit, okay? That's where Raleigh's at. I just went, so he's actually where he should be. These people they're all standing around the pit, okay? Over in the back here, that little thing, that's a bar, and then there's a chalkboard on the back there for where they give the odds.
Put myself over by the bar.
Okay, and they are serving.
I wander over there too.
Beverages. Don Octavio is now. You see the stairs that go up over here.
Yep.
Okay, they go up to a second floor, which is just a ringed around, and it looks straight down. Yeah, it's a ringed balcony. Now Don Octavio's up there on a big old cushy chair with a bunch of his boys, right? And they're like looking down. There's like over here where the stairs are. There's like the velvet rope, and there's some like guards there. Over here, there's probably the biggest half ogre you guys have ever seen.
Oh, motherfucker! I want to fight him
right here. Okay,
that's your chance.
And there's a bunch of other like halflings and humans and all kinds of different folks all around there. There's a guy who's got a top hat on. He's sort of like a carnival barker, and he's got one of those little handheld cone doomahickers. So once he sees that you guys are there, he starts talking into the home. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that the event will go on. It seems that the challenger, Rollin' has come to spar against the most deadliest bare-knuckled fighter ever seen in recruit. The killer of many, the swallower of prides and glory and hopes and dreams, the one, the only, Dalbray. And then right next to this big half-ogre guy, there's a halfling in robes. And that's the guy who gets into the ring.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the...
I think I'd rather fight the ogre.
I'm sure you would.
Probably.
So what are the odds then that the Bray guy is going to win?
6-1.
And what are the odds for Raleigh?
1-6.
1-6. And on both, break even?
Oh, that's why I wasn't bringing up. Okay, so let's see. I got to get his... Okay. There they are. Let's see what token are we going to use. Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
So I'll throw a coin down on Raleigh. They're winning.
And so he gets in.
One coin.
Okay. You're just gonna put down what, 1 gold?
Yeah, I'll find a bookie.
On the fellow in the funny coat.
Yeah, I'll put 1 gold down. I'll mark it off of my sheet. I'll put 1 gold down Raleigh as well. What the hell, why not?
Okay.
I put a platinum on the other guy.
They take your money. That's fine.
I put a platinum on the other guy.
A platinum on the other guy? Okay.
Raleigh goes over and he hands Silverwolf his coat, and he's like, I'm starting to think this was a mistake.
Yeah. That's why I
That'll be
put
fine.
money on the other guy.
So how does Raleigh look right now? Is he in pretty good health, pretty good shape?
Yeah. I mean, you guys
Yeah,
are
we're
all
fine,
rested up.
I
You
am a
didn't-
physical specimen.
You didn't
we're
take any
all
damage from
rested
fighting
and
the. Oh, you did
No, I
take.
took a ton, but I healed it all.
Oh, okay. All right.
For what?
Because I think spell-wise,
fighting the
we're probably
automaton.
getting way down there. But
Oh, we had a short
I used,
rest.
Like, a
You
couple
guys got a short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys wanted to get a long rest in before the money train.
Right.
Because you guys hadn't done that yet.
Oh, that's right. So
And
we
it-
still have an opportunity to do that, maybe?
Yeah, if you hurry this up, yeah.
All
should
right.
be.
Because I still want to fight this fucking ogre.
Okay, so all right, so you guys get into the ring there. The Barker guy's in the middle, and he goes, "All right, gentlemen, just wait until I'm out, please." And then he goes running, and he goes out through the ropes, and
I assume my platinum will buy me a drink, something stiff.
yeah, they give you a drink.
It's like at the
So-
casinos when you bet a lot, they give you free drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the halfling like kind of walks towards the center there, waves at you, Raleigh, then gives you a short bow.
Raleigh goes up and tries to shake his hand.
Oh, he'll shake your hand.
All right, Raleigh's gonna grapple him.
Okay, Anish, he's ready
I
for
will
it.
be
so-
here praying.
I'm just leaning up against the bar with my drink.
Let me pull that out just so we can see. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. That's what I want right
Do you
there.
want the rest of us to be involved in initiative too, or if we want to do
Only
something,
if
should we
you're
just
planning
pipe
on-
in on?
Yeah, only if you're planning on fucking around.
Windin's mostly scanning the
You never
crowd,
know.
looking
Just in
for,
case, yeah, I'll roll initiative.
Oh.
also.
You never know. I might
You never
decide
know
to
what.
do something.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, I'll roll too, but I don't plan on doing anything with the fight at least.
The funny thing is, we all did better than Raleigh, who's actually the one fighting.
Right?
Okay, what'd you roll there, Raleigh?
2.
Two. Go ahead and roll.
I mean,
yourself.
it doesn't really matter when it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
just,
it doesn't, but I want to put it into the mix because it'll still be.
Oh
the
no,
same.
I know. I'm just saying for him, not for the.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
Unless he's a barbarian.
Right. So Ash, are you gonna roll? Oh, you did. Who are we missing? Oh, just Silverwolf. What'd you get, Silverwolf?
I got it at 11. I'll roll it again. Oh, I didn't click on my guy. That's why it didn't work.
Yeah.
I'll just roll it again, but I got an 11.
Okay.
The 8 is fine. It didn't. Yeah, one way or the other, it didn't matter because I don't plan on doing much
Okay.
unless that ogre does something.
Right. No, he's just watching. He's just watching with a bunch of his guys.
Yeah,
All
I might
right,
cold cock him
so
at some point.
I'm over here praying. I'm making gestures the whole time.
We're just gonna put you guys face to face. You go to grapple him, Raleigh. You're like, ah. It's like you're like, do 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 do. He totally sees it, telegraphed the entire way.
Right,
He
right.
sees it in your eyes. I'm gonna grab this son of a bitch. So you go to
Is
do
this
that,
the Mario theme playing too then? or-
yeah. And so basically, he just right off the bat is just gonna beat you down real quick.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Oof.
Okay. So I'm assuming the first one's definitely not going to hit. What's your normal AC?
18 right now.
Okay. You have your shield?
Sword and shield. Yep.
Okay, so you have your sword and your shield. Okay.
I guess technically just the shield because he's got the sword sheath to shake his hand.
Right. Okay. So 18. So he's going to hit you with the last one. So he's going to do 14 points of damage to you. Give me a Constitution save, DC 13.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, you're stunned.
This is the first time I've rooted against a party member in a fight.
His rolls. That's 2 2s in a row. I gotta get better.
Okay, so he gets to go again because you're stunned.
Yep.
So and he will have advantage on all 3 of these attacks. So here we go. Here's the first one.
Ooh. Oh, that was a 12.
That's not going to hit him.
21.
21 will.
21 again. Oof.
21 again. So you took 13. There's 4. So you took 10 more points of damage. So you got 23 points of damage so far. And go ahead and give me 2 more con saves. And yes, this is an NPC and not a... Oh, God. It doesn't matter. So you're stunned again. Sorry, Raleigh.
That's okay.
1, 2, 3. So there's 3 hits.
The good news is
5.
you aren't wasting any of your spells yet.
Yes, 5, 10. So there's 20 more points of damage and 3 more.
Ooh.
I'm done.
Okay, so that's basically what happened. And just so everybody knows, this guy is not just a regular monk. He is an NPC, which allows him to forego some of the different things that regular player characters do.
Yeah.
So basically, that first stun fucked you. Because after that, it was pretty
Well
much
downhill.
So Raleigh gets in, goes over, and goes to shake him, and he goes, and like reaches for him, and then all you see is, and he just
Yeah, never
and
shake
the
anyone's
crowd
hand.
goes crazy.
So how much do I win?
You win,
60 gold.
I have put a platinum down.
So you win
get
1
back
platinum.
then.
Yeah, you win 1 platinum.
Yep,
That's
you net a platinum.
All right, that's fine.
Oh,
I'll take it.
It's 6-1 odds though. Oh, right, because you bet
Yeah.
on the with the
you bet on the other guy, not
Yeah,
you.
I bet on the other guy.
Which after seeing that, it should have been a lot higher.
Okay, so that being said, after that, the monk, he just like he turns and he walks away, and he just
Well, I
leaves.
see where he got his nickname.
He comes out as he leaves. Then because Raleigh's just out. Okay, so there's a couple of acolyte looking. They're humans, but they're definitely priests of some sort. They come and they turn Raleigh over, and they're going.
And
to...
as they approach Raleigh, all of a sudden, blood begins to flow from my side of my cheek, and Raleigh kind of just feels really good right now with this 23 hit points.
Oh,
nice.
That was so nice. Yes. All right. So you get 23 hit points back.
I
And as
took
you're starting
23
to...
damage when that happened.
Wow, yeesh.
Oh, damn, Michael.
I transferred my life into him.
Well,
and I yell out, "The fight is not done, you coward! Look, he stands!"
Everybody.
Hey, Riley wakes up punching too.
Yeah.
Okay, the 2 acolytes that were coming to heal you, they start running, and I went, ah! And the
back
Barker,
here, you half-man pussy.
the Barker comes in, and he goes, wait, nope, the fight was over. He put you down. He didn't.
He just was laying there. Your man left
my
the
plans.
arena. Our man wins by default.
At this time,
Ran away, the coward.
the guy that Octavio called Clark, the halfling wizard up there, uses the thaumaturgy, and his voice booms out and says, Don Octavio says that the fight is over, but if you wish to try a second round, he is willing to put another 10% on the line. But if you lose, you will get 15% instead.
No.
Nope.
No, don't do it.
Then go and get your rest.
All
And
right.
we will meet you. He says, Torquil, just follow Torquil's instructions, and you will get ready for getting the hell out of it.
So I as I walk toward the
Not a problem.
I walk toward
The
the
coward, it's you, the Braves. That is right. We knew you were all camp rats.
Oh, why?
What?
Why, Ash? Wyndon's
That's
running
all right.
away.
They're not really paying much attention to him.
yeah,
Okay,
as
yeah.
I walk up, I have Raleigh's coat. I toss it in there, and as I do, I take my my drink, and I very obviously toss it on the half ogre and say, "Oops."
Turns around and looks at you and goes, "Hey, what did you do that for?"
I say, "Up for a round in the pit?"
Me? Against you? Are you gonna try and intimidate him or persuade him? What are you doing here?
I don't know.
You tell me, because
Clearly
this
don't
is
know.
how you're playing this is how the role is gonna be dictated. Because this guy's just watching a fight. He didn't come here to fight anything. So, are you trying to piss him off? Are you
I'm
trying
gonna
to
try
persuade
to
him?
intimidate him and
Okay.
into the pit.
Okay, so you're gonna try and shit talk him into it.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, that's good enough. He goes, "Against who? That little skinny ass that just got his ass whooped? I know you're not talking about me fighting you, Stinky."
I take my oh yeah, I say against me, asshole, and I step into the ring.
All right. Hold on, let me get a marker.
Maybe after the break.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take our break, and then we'll come back for the Orug beating the shit out of Silverwolf. All right, everybody. So now that you got to see one of the bandits get his ass whooped, could there be two get their ass whooped? We don't know.
I can't not
This
fight a
time,
half
it's
ogre.
for no profit
You got it.
whatsoever.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
it.
it's no problem.
There's a lot of other half orcs in here too. You could have picked on one of those guys. But I
this is
like I like how you're doing it. You're like,
Yeah.
I am not backing down from anybody.
Yeah.
You're into it, man.
There you go.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go ahead. We'll take our quick break. So go refill your beverages, get your snacks ready, and we'll be back momentarily, and we'll pick right back up where we left off.
All right. See you in a bit.
Woohoo! Bye. All right, I will be back. Wait, as he passes by.
Right.
And
All
we're
right.
back.
Hello and welcome
Hello.
back. All right.
All right.
Let's get this
So as
party
Silver
started.
Wolf walks by me, I kind of like grasp him and whisper, "May Nay Rule's blessing be with you," as you move into the ring. Of course,
I
get
say,
your
okay,
little bonus.
I've got to fight.
Gives you a D4 for each of your attacks and saves.
Okay. Let's go ahead and we're gonna roll. Oh, I probably should bring that up. Let me clear this sucker.
Are we doing a new initiative?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just clear it
Alright.
out.
A little better than before.
Okay. And let's see here. I can go ahead and get rid of that. Oh. And what did I roll for him? Okay.
6.
Okay.
How's Raleigh doing?
He's happy. He doesn't even realize he
He
went.
didn't know what
Like,
happened.
It's over. Whatever. I'm not gonna
He
argue.
didn't know what the hell happened.
Wait,
He's punch
All
drunk at
he
this
remembered
point.
is his reaching for the guy, and then he woke up.
Ash looks like hell.
Yeah. Okay, so Silverwolf, you're gonna get first go. Now the Barker followed you guys in.
Yeah.
Are
Is
you
he going to
gonna
announce it?
It looks like he's going to. Then that's why I'm saying, are you gonna wait for that because he comes in with you guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so-
ask about the odds.
The odds? Oh, the odds right now. The guy's quick. He's over here and he's racing and he said, "I'm giving odds." He's giving 5-1. No, we'll say 6-1. We'll just say the same thing. He's giving it 6-1 odds.
All right, I'll put it on my guy here.
Okay, how much you putting down for him?
Just another one.
Okay. Okay. So the Barker goes into the middle and goes, "We have a surprise match against the stinky guy and this
Say the name's
Hoover."
Silverwolf. Let's not.
Oh,
Don't be fucking
I've got
rude, or I'm gonna fight you next,
Silverwolf.
asshole.
And Grug. And Grug. And all right, I don't know what else to say. Let's get it on. And he goes and he runs out.
As soon as he's done, I run over. First, I'm gonna kick the guy in the stomach.
Okay.
Do I have an unarmed? I do not. I should have put that in there. All right, let me get my.
Just add your.
It's basically a weapon roll without. It's a proficiency and whatever
Yeah.
strength. So
Yeah, so it's my proficiency is what now? 3.
I think we're at 3. Yep.
So 6.
Oh, so close.
20.
Yeah, you hit him. You hit him.
And
So
that's a
it'd
what?
be-
A D4? What do I? What's
It's
a
also
Yeah.
D4 plus strength, right?
You got it.
Because you're a brawler, right? So you
Yes.
get to do unarmed damage.
Yep.
So yes.
Yeah. Ooh,
So that's
nice.
oh yeah, there you go. So that's 7 points. And it's kick in the gut, and as soon as he bends down, I swing them all.
All right. Do it.
That
That hit, by the way, of course.
There you go. 25
That
for
hit.
another 15 points.
Damn. Okay. So.
And then I just grin at him.
All right, cool. Okay, and so basically you walk up to him, and he goes, "Oh," and it doesn't look like it hurt him, and he like bent over some, but it wasn't like totally, but it was enough for you to then definitely swing your maul up, hit him, and he staggers back a little bit, and you're like, "Oh," a tooth goes whipping out of his mouth. Oh Christ! And so now he's going to take a swing at you. All right, so let's double check here. Okay, and he's got a big old axe with him.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just get his plus ready here.
Oh, I'm stupid. I should have. That hits.
20 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. He's also going to do. Make sure that would be the same amount. Yep. Okay. . 14 points of damage. He just hits you with his axe,
All
and
right.
then that staggers you back some. And that's his turn, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty good. So as a
And
bonus,
I kind of assumed. I'm sorry, because I went past Wyndon. You weren't doing anything. You just
No,
watching?
I'm just talking about. I'm telling Raleigh how he got pummeled like super speed pummeled.
Okay, and so is Ash doing anything besides watching?
I just continue to just sit here doing the praying thing I've been doing the whole time.
Okay. All right. So
all right. As a bonus action, I just point at him, smile, cast Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay.
and then 2 rounds with the maul. If I could find it. There we go. There's 1. Oof, natural 1.
That misses.
And then the second. Oh, geez, another
Wow.
natural 1.
Maybe we shouldn't pick fights with strangers. Huh, Silverwolf?
How many times in this campaign have I rolled back-to-back natural 1s? Like that.
Yeah, that's
Damn
kind of
you,
bad.
roll 20. Roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. We would love to have you.
Here it comes. When he gets
That was,
that was my
doesn't
bad.
seem
That my
fair.
bad. My bad. That wasn't.
I don't think he
And I'll
gets
re-roll it.
that.
I'll re-roll it. So what did he get on the
That
second?
hits.
He got a 19. Okay. Now I still had it set for doing the damage against you. Okay. So here comes the damage with his axe.
Oof.
Bam! For a hit you with a 16.
All right.
Okay.
If I could hit, I could do a lot more damage than this guy, though. The problem is I can't hit.
Yeah. It's sort of like failing your con save.
Yeah.
It just all goes downhill after that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Attack number 1. Ooh, 9. Hold on. I'm going to use my D4. Does a 12 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. So that's what?
16?
16. What? Hold on. I get a D6 too.
Oh,
Okay.
right, Hunter's Mark.
17 points right there
So
for number
17.
1.
Okay.
Number 2. 10. I'm going to use
Misses.
my D4.
You can only use that once around.
Oh, really?
Yep, blessing only.
No,
works
it's
once
any
around.
time.
is it every time?
It's all.
I think it's any
all,
attacks.
Is it all
attacks
attacks?
and
Yeah, that's
saves.
badass.
So yeah,
Okay.
thank you,
I
Ash.
can confirm that.
18 more points.
Ooh, hold on, let me do some quick math.
With them all.
4. Okay, he looks really bad.
I look
He's
pretty
kinda like-
good.
He's like kind of staggering and just blood pouring out of his nose and outside of his mouth. All right, and he's gonna take another swing at you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah.
He gave you that maul. That was a big mistake on my part. 17 hit you.
That hits.
Okay. It's getting close to the wire here, I'm thinking.
It's getting close. Okay, he's down to
17.
17. This guy's getting some good rolls.
He's
don't
getting
look
some really good dice rolls.
Yeah, I don't look that good either. I take a... I'm staggered
Okay.
back a little bit there. And then
Finish him.
swing them all. 19 for...
Hits.
Hold on.
He
That's-
goes down. So you come up at this time after he hit you with that axe, and you staggered a little bit to the side, and you swing in nice with him, and it hits him. And as the maul hits him, it kind of like carries him with the maul, and he just kind of like and falls to the ground. Boom.
I spit out some blood. I say, tell I use. I said hello.
Somebody yells from the other rings, "He doesn't work for IUs!"
He's a farmer!
You see like a,
Hey,
a
cool! I
group,
won 6 gold.
you see a group of you see a family of half ogres over here. Their kids all crying because their dad got beat down.
I will cast Spare the Dying on the ogre dude just to make sure he does not die. I'll actually go in there and do that.
Okay, and there's the other alkalites coming in, so you do that and it spares them, and then the alkalites come and they get him up and give him enough health so that he can walk away from this tragedy.
Sarah, let's go back to the rooms and get a rest. As I walk past Raleigh, I say, "That's how you do it," and then walk out the door.
Kick his ass, Raleigh. Don't take that from him. He's your cousin. You're allowed to beat on him.
Raleigh's still not sure what happened.
So let me explain it
definitely
again.
not believing what Lyndon's telling you.
He punched you.
That couldn't have happened.
No,
I'm pretty sure he used.
I don't feel any pain. I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, you're pretty sure
Doesn't sound like something that would happen to me.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's the first halfling wizard you've ever come in contact with, because he obviously cast some sort of spell on you. So,
Yeah.
okay, so as you guys start filtering out, there's like a bunch of like cheering and laughing and drinking going on in there. And as you start moving towards the door, there's Torquil. He's like, not bad, stinky guy. I'm sorry, Silverwolf. Sorry, that was rude of me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And yeah, Raleigh, you, yeah, I wouldn't fight that now either. So don't take it personally. He's taken down a lot bigger, badder guys than you.
Yeah, those martial arts guys are tough. I
know, right?
got my ass kicked in the jail cell not that long ago by one.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? You can't. I mean, there it is. And that would have actually probably been way different if you made your first con save. If you'd made that con save, it would have been different for sure, because then you would have been able to drop some of your shit on him. You could have shielded. You could have done lots of different stuff. But once he had you stunned, that was it. Sure. All right, so there it is. Dun dun dun. So as you guys are coming out, and Torquil goes, "All right, guys, let's go ahead and yeah, on the upside, there's plenty of time for a long rest. You are right, Frank. Very much so." He goes out and he goes, "Okay,
and
so
I could definitely use one. I am beat to hell. I didn't even enter the ring.
Yeah.
I'm the only one of us who's doing great.
Torquil's walking with you guys. He's like, "So where are you guys staying at? Why don't you show me where you're at, and then I'll go and I'll start after I see where you guys are resting. I'll go and get stuff all put together and ready to go."
Yep.
Yeah, we to be between places right now.
Well, we've got rooms.
Yeah, we do have rooms, but we don't want to tell him about it. I say
well,
out loud.
You say out loud because,
Yeah.
"Hey, I completely understand, but really at this point in time, you kind of gotta."
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not like they
place.
can't find us if they want to. They have
Yeah.
eyes everywhere.
Hey, look at it this way, guys. You stand to make a lot of money if this actually goes down, and you're amongst a bunch of people that you can trust, if they can trust you, sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
my advice is really just to roll with it. Don't fuck with us, and you'll get some money. It's all good.
Well, we're all about rolling here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I gotta ask.
friend
How did you find out about this?
We have a keen-eyed informant on the street. Some
really?
would say his eyesight's like a bird of prey.
Bird of
but,
prey, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
We keep
Got
our
some
ear to the
info.
ground. A lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have you.
Yeah, fair enough. You don't have to give up your source. That's all right. I was just figuring, what the hell? Might as well ask. You might slip up and tell me. It's all good.
yeah.
Because there's a lot of people wanting to know where that was. A lot of people have been theorizing, So, but it's all good. It's all good. Hey, so he walks with you, making small talk back to wherever you're at. And he goes, "All right, so this is how it's going to roll out. You guys go ahead, do your small little resty poo, get yourselves together. Then about how long I just need to know, how long is it going to take for us to get out to this place?"
Was it like 2.5 hours? Well, is that what it
Roughly.
was? About 2.5 hours if the conditions are the same as when we went there last time.
Okay. And so let's see, I think we established last time is like the meet doesn't happen until it happens till later. It's after sundown. So you guys can squeeze in the I'll say with a 7-hour long rest, and you guys will still be able to recuperate. That's fine. It'll be pressing. And they're gonna hook you up with horses and all that too. And because you guys made a leisurely day ride, You know, I'm sure you can make it in.
Could press a little harder if we need to. Yeah.
Exactly. So you guys still haven't the time to do it. So basically, he says, okay, well then, basically, just go back to the spoon, okay, and go to the spoon, knock on the door, then we'll take you to where we need to go. Get this taken care of. Okay.
Sounds great. See you later.
I kneel down as if I'm talking to a child.
Oh God.
To him?
Yeah.
To Turkle?
And I just say, look, just don't screw us on this one. Because if you do, I will probably die, but I promise that you will lose an eye before I do.
Damn. Is this guy... He turns and he looks at Wynn and goes, this guy always like this?
They're all always like how they are.
That's kind of what I figured, man. Whew. Yeah. Okay, so, and you guys got this info, huh? All right, well, Let me say this then back to you, Silver Wolf. Mano y mano. If you guys aren't fucking around and this is all true and legit and things do come together in a great way, everybody's going to be happy. It's going to be no big deal. Okay?
Good.
All right.
I stand back up.
Don't flip a coin at me, please. All right. Yeah. He turns around. He starts walking away. Okay. So, is there anything in particular you gentlemen would like to do?
Rest.
Did Merc say where we were going to meet him? Did he say he's coming back to the inn?
To the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Other than that, no. I'm just going to be practicing my reading my book and practicing my crossbow loading.
Actually, I turn to Wyndon and I say, I hope you don't mind, but when your friend comes back, I'm going to make him telling me the truth and make sure that he's not lying to us. So I'm surprised if he starts spilling the beans.
He's not going to like that, but I mean, I think he's on the up and up, but I guess it doesn't hurt. Sure.
I'd rather know what we're getting into.
I mean, that's fair. And if he's not pulling one over us, he'll understand. So, sure.
Okay. So you guys all get into your room, start resting. And then it's about another hour passes, and Merc shows up. Mm-hmm. Comes in the room. Oh, boys. Holy shit and mother of mercy. What the hell happened to you, Raleigh? While you're healed up, you do have some bruises still on your face. I thought you were going, oh, for fuck's sake, did things just go wrong? That's what happened.
Things went wrong, but not as wrong as they could have gone.
Yeah, so what are you, mother?
I'm concerned about you, boy.
Quiet over there. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He met Dow.
Oh. Is it the little... Hiya, guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. It was like watching a lethal hummingbird.
Oh,
it's crazy.
That's what I've heard. Heard. Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I said, I beat up a half orc. Now I need some rest.
Everything's still on. We're
half
still
ogre.
Yes, we heard you killed a half ogre. So everything's on. Everything's good.
Well, I mean, good with air quotes there, Merc. Braids are maybe not the. It's fine. They want to take 80% of the cut, which,
80%.
Yep. But here's the thing.
Try negotiating it all.
Here's the thing, Merc. You know how it's kind of hard to negotiate when you're in a room full of about 24 braids, at least 3 of whom can cast magic?
What?
So.
Yeah, 80%.
Well, I'll tell you what. You could always try to negotiate for yourself.
Fuck that. I can't reel back a deal after it's already been done.
Well then.
Oh. See, I should have went. I should have gone.
I'm just gonna remind everybody that I did not want to use the brace.
Tell you what, though, it's fine. It's fine because
I'm just gonna float an idea.
Okay.
Maybe we should, when it all starts going down.
Don't even. Okay.
Us kind of hang back just a wee bit, and if things go right and we can finish off all those that are left, and then we'll keep more.
Oh, we've already established we were going to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're not
Absolutely.
proposing we try to take out a small army of Braves.
Well, it
Mark.
depends how many there
No.
are. If there's a reasonable amount, then yeah. we'll take
Exactly.
them out. Yeah.
You realize that even if somehow we manage to take them all out there, they are everywhere. They have eyes and ears everywhere.
You're
They
right.
won't get away with it.
No, you're right. God damn it. 80%
That's how it goes. I'd still rather have 20% and live than 100% die.
Well, there's a reason I haven't given up this information up to this point, because who the hell was I going to sell it to?
Yep.
If I'd have given it to the outfit, it would have been, thanks, and then I would have gotten
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Alright.
Kind of what we're dealing with now, but a little bit better, hopefully. I
All
still
right.
don't trust these guys, but
Well, the Brazier, they're loyal once paid, and if you're on the up and up, I should be fine, I hope.
If
Well, I've got 12 boys downstairs, paid for, luck at Stock and Barrel.
Great.
all right, they're with us.
when I'm on guard duty, I'm nesting.
What did he say?
He's resting.
He talking-
He's telling
he's
you to
talking
be
to a
quiet.
ghost?
You're talking very loudly. We're trying.
Am I have a problem with that. You know, I've always been told that I'm a wee bit loud in how I talk.
Nah, you speak
Oh,
from
by the way,
diaphragm.
Mark,
You'd be great on the stage.
They were
Oh,
trying
okay.
to figure out who gave us this information, because surprisingly they didn't think we were capable of it ourselves. Can't imagine
Huh.
why.
I know. You seem so capable.
Yeah, I didn't give you up, of course, but they're smart guys. They might still figure out eventually. Of course, if they see you with us, then just keep that in mind.
And I don't really look like I did back in the day.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't
So
matter.
that's true. You look terrible.
Oh, thanks. I've cultivated the look. It helps me keep a low profile.
Fair enough.
And Merc back in the day, he is wearing shoddy clothes. He does have like a grayish beard sort of going, unkept hair. He used to be well groomed,
Right.
A man about town, so to speak, But okay, so then Merc he goes back downstairs to hang out with the other mercenaries.
The poor bastards.
I'll be right
The poor
back.
bastards.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. And so basically, unless anybody else has anything else they want to do, we can just fast forward to time to go get the Braves and go on.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Fast forward to when we wake up from the long rest,
Okay.
and then I go up to Merc.
He's downstairs.
All right, I will. After I'm all rested up, I head downstairs.
Okay. He's
Go
sitting
over
at
to him.
a big table with a bunch of. They're definitely mercenaries. You can tell that much. But they're not. They're more of a down on their luck kind of mercenary.
Well, it's going to get a lot more down.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I sit by him and I say, "So you know some stuff, right? And you're not leading us on."
Well, first of all, you go and you pull up a chair from a nearby table because all the chairs are taken there, and either that or you can make one of the guys sit next to him try to leave.
I just sidle up right next to him.
Okay. All right. So
You know
Right.
some stuff, right?
well, I know.
I
what's
want
in
to know that you are telling the truth.
there. Well, of course I'm telling the truth.
And as I do that, I kind of like wave my hand over top of him,
Okay.
and he needs a charisma save. I think it is charisma. There's a.
It's either
Yeah, it's
charisma or
charisma.
wisdom. It's one of the
It's
two.
a charisma save.
Let me bring up. You're casting Zone of Truth, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get Merc's character sheet here. His NPC sheet. I'm sorry. What do they call that? What's that new thing they got? NPC character player, whatever. All right, let's see what he does. What's your DC?
15. Yep.
Okay, he makes it.
Okay.
And he sees you.
I will still know if he's lying though. I believe
Well,
he can't. He can lie to me, but I will know if he's lying. Is that how?
I think you just know that he made the save.
You
So,
know he made the save is basically it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's an all or nothing kind of roll. Now, if you'd have told him beforehand and he gave you permission,
Right.
he could have allowed it to happen. But all he sees is you doing mumbo jumbo, and he feels like some strange, like, because he knows you cast on him because he can feel the magic. He just doesn't know what you did. And he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So I say, I want to know with 100% certainty that you are telling me the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. There we go.
How did you buy your knowledge?
Can't tell you that. Trade secrets. Can't do it, especially in front of a bunch of ears.
We can
Don't
go
worry
elsewhere.
about it, boyo. I'm not taking anyone to their deaths. It's in my best interest, if you know what I mean.
All right, I know you're not affected by my by what I just did.
Because I'm a stout individual. Hey, little magics don't take any effect on me.
However, know this. I'm just going to tell you this. You don't know who I am any more than I know who you are. But know this, that if you are lying to me, you will wish that you could die. You will beg for death. You will plead.
Are you attempting
for death.
to intimidate him at this point?
I am not intimidating anybody. I am stating simple fact. You will be at a point in your life where you are pleading and begging for that which just will never come for you.
Okay.
And then I turn and walk off.
Huh? How about that? All right. So he seems completely unimpressed with you. He goes back to drinking with the other mercenaries.
All
right.
Can we go mess with Iusians?
All right. So you guys get together, go back to the spoon. Torquil's there. He's kind of just sitting out front on the stoop waiting for you. And
those extra 5 hit points were just for 8 hours, right?
That's 8 hours, yeah. So they're gone now.
So they're gone. That's okay.
Okay. So he takes you there, and then, I mean, once you meet him there, then he takes you and your other boys, and he's like, he kind of like goes in up to you, Wyndon, because he's just assumed that you're the head man in charge, so to speak. And he like beckons you down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are your guys? This is
I didn't hire them, man. You know, I don't know.
Okay. And, well, hey, okay, all right, fine.
Yep.
I understand why you came to us. All right, fine, fair enough. Okay, so again, he takes you. You go to a stable in the inner city, actually, and they get several wagons, and they let your guys get into the wagons. The Brays all pony up. They're riding ponies, and then they have riding horses for you lot. So
cool. Sounds great.
And a riding horse for Merc, because you tell him that he's gonna lead us the way, sort of thing. Blah blah blah.
We have a cart. We have a cart.
Yeah, you've got 2 of them. You got 2 wagons. Do you want your cart as well? You're going to take, or are you going to just?
No, I meant the wagon.
Yeah, because the Brays are putting the mercenaries into wagons.
Yeah, I want to take
2
our wagon as well, because we have all. That's where we're going to load up all of our. Equipment and
the banged up shit.
Oh yeah, right. Forgot about that. Honestly, yeah.
I'm actually going to ride in the wagon.
Okay.
Who wants to now?
Need a horse behind, but I want to ride in the wagon.
Do we want to keep the same plan, where Wyndon and I are further away to shoot arrows and?
Well, okay, so this is what happens now. You guys will just say this part. The Brays when they get to the gate, the guys at the gate just wave them through and let them go through. Okay. So then you guys make it out. You go out of the out wall and out into the farmland that surrounds it. And then as you guys are riding along there, that's when Torquil pipes up and goes, okay, so what's going on? And the Brays that are coming with you are, let's see here. There are 3 of the Savage Brays, which are basically those like barbarian types.
Yep.
There's 4 Fighter Brays. There's 3 what appear to be Monk Brays. There's 4 Archer Brays. And then in addition to those, there's a priest who introduces himself as Milo. The wizard that actually was talking with Octavio, the guy he called Clark, is with you. There's Torquil, that's the guy who's been with you. There is a fellow that's the guy who beat the shit out of Raleigh's there. His name is Dow. And then there is a Bray in plate armor who's actually the only one of them that's not riding a pony. He's riding like a big ass goat. And he's in plate armor. He's like a knight. He introduces himself as Brandish. And then there's another like even more savage looking of the Brays, and his name is Mutton. So that's all the Brays that are coming with you. That's the little Bray army.
Good amount. Yeah. So what originally
20 Brays altogether.
I'll just hand wave and say I'll tell them the plan. Originally blah 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 blah, but now blah blah blah. What do we want to do?
Do we have how many mercenaries? I'm sorry.
10. I'm sorry, 12.
12.
There's 12. 12 of them.
And they're just like fighters?
Yes. Yeah, they're basically run of the mill. You have a deep suspicion that their stat block would be guard.
God, I've seen some of those guys on duty.
Yeah. So as you guys are riding, and it looks like Torquil is basically the guy in charge, because like you see all the other Brays giving difference to him. He's what he says goes sort of thing. And it appears that the only ones who are actual Brays, I'll give you this information because you can sort of see in their dynamics and how they're interacting, are the named guys that I told you.
Okay.
Those guys are actual Brays. The other ones are just halflings that work for the Brays. So, okay. And so Torquil goes, asks you, okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying it's a ravine sort of thing. They meet up, they exchange, and then the other one goes, and we're going to hit the second one after the exchange is made.
Right. That was the plan, yes.
So what I'd like to do is, if we have multiple wagons, take our wagon. One of us will ride it to the passageway on the way back to block the entrance, or the exit, I should say, and then we could take another one of the carts and use it to make sure they can't get out the back. And block the road on either side.
Okay, you do know from when he showed you the original meat place where the exchange is taking place, that part of the ravine, one cart is definitely not enough to block it.
All right, then we'll need
2 carts. Probably won't block it either.
So we need all 3.
3 carts would be more likely to block it.
Okay.
Depending on how, because and that's only one end.
Yeah.
Right. But if we block the end on the way back, that the way they'll be facing, it's going to be hard for them to turn their wagons around if we're then attacking.
Yeah, theoretically, depending on because the part where Merc showed you was just the exchange part, not further down, because the ravine itself is not super big, so it's like all in all maybe about, I don't know, half a mile, but it kind of twists and whatnot. So yeah.
So I would put the archers up high, half on one side, half on the other. Have maybe the mercenaries up front attack from the front, the brays attack from behind.
What I can do is this,
If we can see the
because
map.
I'm going to show you the map, because you gentlemen are going to get there well before they're coming. Now, here's the only thing I need to know is, how are you going to reconnoiter everything going up to this point? Are you just going to go towards, have Merc lead you towards where the end is? Or are you going to try and do any kind of spying?
I mean, I'm a professional spy. I was a scout in the army. So I'd like to have, I mean, basically set everybody up wherever we can on the way that they're on the way out. And then keep an eye for when they leave. Try to, like, from maybe up above on the ravine, try to it's going to be hard to get a message to them, but we need some sort of signal, like a bird signal or something.
You want to go and essentially set everybody up first and then send somebody to spy.
Right. We're going to, because we have a lot of people, so we're going to have to get them further down the road. And we're going to need the carts, the wagons, I should say, further down the road to block off the entrance.
There you go. There it is. That's the end part. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. No. Now.
No.
Let me make sure.
It appeared for me.
Yep, I got it.
I've got a map, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it too.
Okay.
So basically, they'll be starting from the right and moving to the left. Is that right, or the other way around?
Right to left. You're correct.
Okay. So, if we block off this exit here, have archers on one side and the other, mercenaries with the carts, and then maybe, I don't know, either some of the brays or all of the brays in the back here. They'll be somewhere hidden where they can just pop out and attack. The thing is that how am I going to get the word? Well, basically, once they pass, we'll be able to set up this stuff, right? It's just a matter of knowing exactly when they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone has any thoughts on that, I'm all ears.
Okay, there's your wagons.
I would move them side. Can we turn them sideways so they block?
You could.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could just shoot a flaming arrow. I mean, once it goes down, it's going to be obvious it's going down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that is a teaching. Unpredictability relies on total acceptance of actions. Completely, yes. That is a great plan.
we're bringing that back. Good.
Okay, so essentially, what you can do is if you array the wagons in sort of a very loose picket here, you will be able to prevent the wagons from getting through, but you will not be able to prevent people from getting through.
Right. That's where the mercenaries
or a rider, for that matter.
Right. So we have 12 mercenaries.
Correct.
So, and we have 20 brays. Do we want any of the brays working with because the mercenaries are shit. So, do we want mercenaries plus X amount of brays in the front?
I think we should have the Braves who are melee, right? So that's most of them, but there's some who aren't. But most of the melee guys kind of helping out in front as a stop, as the wall to prevent people from leaving as best as you can. And then we have the more ranged ones and the magic users up top with us raining down upon from above.
Ash and Raleigh.
Yes, sir.
Where do you want to be?
I want to hang back and let the Braves do their thing.
But where do you want to come from? The sides, the front, or the back?
Side, I guess.
Okay. How about you, Ash?
I'm thinking just kind of off a little bit. I mean, I'm going to be needed here and there, so I don't want to be too far away or have to climb down a side. So probably just back towards the mouth of this thing.
Will, how high up?
Off into the,
yeah, like
brush
maybe like in like the brush back here somewhere.
How high up is the ravine?
Yes.
Okay, so if we're going to start down here, essentially where it actually starts of any sort of height to mean anything, this right here is about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
And then when you get to over here at the highest point, it's roughly just over 10 feet. It's
that's not high at all. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's getting like at some of the highest points it maybe pushes 15 feet.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's enough, but not too bad.
Yeah.
So I don't want to climb down that.
No,
that's fine.
I'm thinking if we need to get down in a hurry or conversely, if they try to climb up the sides of it, we'll need to be ready for that. So.
Yeah.
All right. So we have two of their archers on each side.
Sure.
Which side do you guys want to be on? The bottom or the top?
North and south, we'll just call them.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll be south side.
Yeah, I was thinking south as well. We're approaching from which way here, Will? Are we approaching when we were with Merc before?
How you originally come? You come from basically the south.
Actually, if Wyndon's on the south side, I'll take the north side. Keep a presence of ours on both sides.
Okay.
So I'll stay on the north side and sort of spy and then move my way through the brush as they come. This way it evens out the archers so there's archers, 3 archers on each side.
Sure. Yep, that works.
I also have a bow and arrow, but probably isn't my go-to.
Yeah, that's like a last ditch.
Yeah, that's as you're running away, just shooting arrows behind you.
Why don't we do it like this? You guys can go down the list of your individual braves and your mercenaries and tell me where each one is going to be at. Right. So you've already decided the archers. You got 2 on each side up top, correct?
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
So then we have 3 savages. We want all 3 of them in the front.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so you want them down.
What about the 3 archers and the 3 savages and the 3 monks in the front by these guys, by the carts? Yep, the wagons.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the 4 fighters come from the behind.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay, so the savages and the monks.
Because the savages and the monks aren't going to look dangerous. They'll probably be like, "Who are these guys? They're not a threat." But then the other ones look a little more dangerous. So.
Okay, and pretending to have wagon troubles.
So you want the warriors to scale the walls behind and come in behind them is basically it. They're going to come down.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The one dude in plate armor, we want him coming from behind, or I'm assuming
he should probably lead the charge, right? He seems like he's a badass.
That's kind of
His name is
front
Sir Brandish.
Sir Brandish.
Sir Brandish.
Yes. Sir Brandish.
Yep. And then I would say probably what's the wizard's name?
Clark.
He should probably be up above, and then I don't know where the priest
North
wants to
south?
be. He should be in my side. We'll put him on my side.
Okay.
So 2 wizards together. I get it.
Not a wizard. And then wherever the priest thinks he'd be most useful, because I don't know what kind of priest he is. So
He's a priest of. I'll just say he's a priest of Brandon Bears.
He should probably stick with Ash. Keep the priests together.
yeah,
I would
down
I'd put him on the opposite.
Well,
side,
the opposite
just so you
side,
have-
but down back a little
but
bit
down with the
behind
melee people
yeah.
primarily,
Right.
or close
So
to
he can
them.
he can get to the fight because the fight's going to wind up probably around those wagons. So
Mhm.
so just the
Oh, yeah.
opposite side of So what side are you on, Ash? The north or the south?
North.
I'm on the top.
All right,
North.
so he'll be down on the southern side.
Okay.
Torquil is a
down-
ranger, right?
Torquil is a ranger. Yes.
So he's got a I can tell.
Should he parallel you on the south side
Yeah, he could be
Like-
on the south side. That's fine.
and like do the same kind of? You're basically what, like you're going to be moving from right to left. Same-
Yes. Yeah.
So and you're planning on coming down behind them, is that correct?
Eventually, when I run out of arrows, yeah.
Okay. So he'll be with you, shadowing you behind.
Yeah, so he'll be on the
shooting-
south side, I'll be on the north side, and we'll both be scout. So we'll scout out the area, and he'll want to probably do that anyway. So we'll see what happens, and then we'll move through the brush. He on the south, me on the north, into action.
Mhm.
And then we have the only one left is Dow.
And
who
Mutton.
should probably
Is Mutton going to be with the other?
Mutton's
savages?
Mutton should go in the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put Dow at the back to come in with the
That's like
with the fighters.
Cleanup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll just split in half, 6 mercenaries in the front, 6 in the back. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
All right, so Raleigh disappears off into the thicket of trees, and
Well, before that,
How
I
away from the meat. Sorry.
From the meat, not extremely far. Matter of fact, as you guys start getting closer to, there is a point where Merc, because after you guys have been traveling for a little while, Torquil goes up and he talks with Merc quite a bit. Okay, and then
Oh, yeah, where's
there's
Merc?
yeah, don't forget where Merc's going to be, and then at a certain point they stop all the ponies and stuff, and they find a place and they tether them up. Okay,
Right.
because they don't want the noise from them.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave the wagons there too. But because I'm sure somebody's like, "Hey, we're going to need those things." We'll come back for those. We don't want them because right now we're just going and checking it out. So, and then everybody at that point in time, they're telling them to be quiet. It's like only talk if you need to, only in whispers up to this point now. And then you guys go up. Essentially, Merc takes you guys to this place where the map is right now. Okay. And then after this place is shown, that's when Torquil turns to Silverwolf and goes, "All right, it's time for me and you to go and check out this swap."
before Silverwolf or anybody else leaves, I take out my white rag and I dab it on each of them and say, "You will be victorious this day because my deity foresees it." And of course, you each get your 5 hit points, and your max increases by 5 as I
And-
cast aid on each of you.
And to answer your question, Raleigh, you're relatively close to where this. You can actually see the glow of campfires from within the ravine, and you can hear them. You can hear them laughing and carrying on. It's not close enough for you to actually make out what they're saying. Like every once in a stray, if you could speak hobgoblin or orc, or
I can.
I know you can. So you catch a stray word here and there, because This ravine as a whole is only, like I said, about half a mile long. It's not extremely. This area, and even though I do have quite a bit more foliage and trees here, and the reason it is a little bit more overgrown here is because this is a collection point for water when it does rain because of the ravine and what have you. It is getting to be much more forested because you're starting to go towards where the fell reeve is, okay? And it's the border between the plains and the forested area. So there's a lot of trees, but you can see through the trees. You know what I mean? It's not like, you're going to hide an army real easy. It is slightly rolling hills for the most part. Okay?
Now, does this count as forest?
Not really. It is a depending on what you do, let me know, and I might give you
the only thing I'm looking for is that I can move stealthily at a normal pace.
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay.
Because there's enough coverage because that's basically what you need for that to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Now, was there something else that you needed to do, Raleigh, or you just want to know how close they were?
I want to slink off behind Silverwolf and was it
Torquil.
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 We're giving him plenty of berth, but sneak off to that spot as well. I would disappear into like the shrubs or the brush at the north side for a while before they leave, so people kind of forget about me, and then try to sneak off behind him.
Okay, so you want to shadow him is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
I'm sure this will be fine.
Of course it will.
Yeah, he's not really observant, I'm sure.
There it is. Okay. So
my passive perception is 15, by the way.
Yeah, that's basically what you had to do. Is you had to beat their passive perceptions, and so
get back to your spot, Raleigh.
well, wait. Okay, was there anybody else that was doing anything before they started to go off?
Well, after I cast aid on my 3 allies, I turn to our hired mercenaries and I say, "The blessings of Saint Cuthbert be upon all of you."
Okay, when you do that,
of course, they get nothing for that. But
when you start doing that, Torquil is like, "Shut the fuck up! Don't be so loud." Fuck Saint Cuthbert if he's gonna get us nipped.
Once we've got the plan in place and people are going where it's supposed to go, and I'm just waiting.
Okay. All right. So this is what happens then. So Torquil comes up and says, "Okay, let's go," and we start. So you guys start slinking off into the darkness, and as you're slinking off, so Raleigh, what happens that lets them know that you're really behind them? Because that's a pretty poor
they
roll.
probably stop for a minute. And I don't notice that they stop, and I just walk right up to them.
Okay, so that is what happens. So
they're
being all stealthy, and they like get down, and you kind of like lose sight of them for a minute. So you're still trying. You speed up a little bit, trying to catch up to get it and see them, and you kind of like bump into them. It's like, oh. And Torquil goes, "What the hell are you doing? Talk to your man."
Hey, get back to your spot. Get back to your spot now.
All right. What are you guys doing?
The whole plan. You missed the whole plan. Just get back to your spot and get ready to kill things as they come up.
We're going. Right. I need to just make sure that this is all on the up and up, and that I need to lay eyes on what we're going to be fighting. That's it, man. Nothing more. Nothing more.
All right. So Raleigh walks off, and he gets like, I don't know, 75 feet away. Like, it's dark, right, by now?
Oh, yeah. It's dark. It's dark.
And he just lays down.
Okay. Torquil has no reason to doubt that Raleigh would do what he said he was going to do. Yeah. So, Adam, anything else?
No, I'm just getting ready. Do I do a
okay? So
check?
just
what do I roll?
Come on, buddy. Roll me another stealth. You can do this. You can do this.
Yeah, advantage, right?
Well, yeah,
Advantage.
So
you all still have. I'm just going to throw it out there. Not that you have to use it now. All of you still have your whatchamacallit?
Inspiration. No, I use mine.
Inspirations.
I use mine.
Oh, do you use yours? Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody else had. You know what? You get inspiration for fucking up the half ogre.
All right, fair enough.
You were definitely playing the disgruntled silver wolf to a T there. So if you want, it is possible to use that. I'm just throwing that out there for you, Raleigh.
No, I don't need a 21 for a stealth. Probably got
Yeah.
18.
yeah, so
Okay,
what he's going
that's
to do this
stealth.
time after he's been caught is he is going
No,
to.
no. Stealth. That is not what you need to roll there, silver wolf. You need
Oh,
to
I
roll
thought I was
that.
rolling a stealth to hide in the shrubs to watch.
You can
Well,
keep. You
it's
can
not
keep that. You
looking-
can keep that self roll for you when you're going to do it. That's not a problem. If you're actually going to try and, are you going to make sure Raleigh goes, or are you just going to?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what you need to roll for me is perception.
Perception. All right.
With disadvantage.
We tied.
We
It's
tied.
dark. Like I'm 75 feet away. It's dark. He's got
Okay, this is
I
what
have-
we're going to do now.
check.
Because it's a tie, I'm going to just both
A
flat
roll
rolls.
off.
Flat rolls. Yep, roll off.
It's disadvantage. That's the mechanic.
He's
I'm
an elf.
75 feet away in the dark. That is.
Oh.
like,
He is. He is. He's
He is
right.
75,
He's right.
that's
All
true.
right, let me roll again. Oof, 17. All
Okay,
right,
so
I
you
don't
don't
s-
notice that he goes and he lays down.
that's fine.
'Cause he goes outside of your elfin vision sight.
Okay.
Thought you heard something for a second, then decided you
Yep.
Yeah, I basically like we have the same dark vision, so I walk until I can't see.
That's
him.
why you went 75 feet. Okay, cool.
And so
All right.
what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue to follow them, but I'm going to crawl and I'm going to like flank way around the outside and stay far. Like I'm actually not trying to follow them. I'm just trying to go way out and about and around and get to roughly where the camp out area is.
Okay, that's the same area they're going to, just so you know.
I know, but like off to the left. So if they're approaching from six.
So if they're coming from
Well,
the
we're
I'm
on either
flanking
side
so I
now.
come in.
yeah, they're coming from the east. You're gonna go out and about so that you can come from the. I'm sorry, they're coming from the west. You're gonna go out and about so you can come at it from the east.
I
So
wouldn't go that far around, north or south. Like, if
Yeah,
they're
you're-
6 o'clock, I'll come in at 9 o'clock.
You're trying to. Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're not
Give
trying to.
myself some room.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. And we won't get into any of that they're going to get there before you, but then I can have you come in later after that. I just need to check one thing. Okay. I guess it's Tarkwool. I like Torquil better.
Yeah, that's what
Pretend that's an
I
O
wrote
in
down
there.
Torquil.
Yeah.
So he's probably on this side then, down below.
He's with you. Tarkwool is.
I thought he was down below on the other side. All right, he's with me.
No, he's right next to you. You guys are going in tandem. So basically, what happens? Remember that map that I showed you guys before of the meet? It was like a bend in the ravine sort of thing, and you saw that there was campfires in there and what have you. Torquil and you stealth up there, and your rolls are good enough. You get down on your bellies. You're crawling through the grass. You get to the edge of the slope, and you're able to look down into to the ravine itself. Now, they stay in the ravine because they don't want anybody pretty much seeing them. And there's no real guards up at the top of the ravine. They're all down in the middle. And they've done this run enough. You can tell that they're kind of lax. They're not really up and, ready for any kind of, attack. They're kind of partying. And what you see is a total of 6 wagons, 2 groups. Okay. The group that you can definitely tell are from Rook Roost are a motley mix of humans, half-orcs, and orcs. They also have with them 2 ogres and
It would have been 3 if I didn't knock one the fuck out.
No, if you remember that one guy said he's just too smart. Okay, they have 2 ogres with them, and there is there's 2 half orcs that look like they're captains or whatever, and they're around a campfire of their own with what appears to be a Iusian. Oh, actually, give me a perception roll, Silverwolf.
Okay. There you go, 23.
Oh, yeah. It is. Let me find his name again. It's Barrakin. You remember him?
No.
Barrakin's the Iusian wizard that you guys ran into in the temple.
That's that guy. Okay.
It's that guy. Yeah.
Oh, the one who we kept hitting and he almost started killing us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. He is there with those 2 guys. Now, these are 2 separate camps, and they couldn't be more different. The one wagon that the 3 sets of wagons, those ones are empty. That were with the half orcs and the Rukrustian guys. Mm-hmm. They're non-covered wagons. They're partying, they're drinking, they're eating, and they're just lollygagging about. Okay. Then there's like a little bit of a no man's land. Okay, in between the 2 camps. The other camp, and your blood starts boiling, Silverwolf. These are hobgoblins. And these aren't just any hobgoblins. These are the hobgoblin tribe. You can tell by their markings and their armor because they're very militaristic. You know, they look like they're all uniformed up. These are the ones that cut down and murdered the guys that you were working with. What was the name of that town where you're at? Outside the Tegels. I'll have to look in your...
I could tell you.
Holorn. Yes, and then God, what was that dude's name that runs that place? There's so many of these different minor.
I was in the service of Baron Reynard.
Reynard, that's it. Okay, this is the same tribe of hobgoblins that pretty much decimated that place. Okay, these are the same people that killed your wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
that same tribe. Okay, yeah. They are not partying. They have like military picket up. There's sentries posted at the front, back, and they have some at the sides. Their wagons are there. It's like, have you ever seen the old time stage coaches that were like a Wells Fargo armored car sort of thing? That's what theirs are. Okay. They are they're not riding horses or anything, but it appears that roughly from what you can see, there's about 2 guys per wagon kind of hanging out. They have a ton of wargs with them.
What's a warg?
Wargs are
scary ass wolf.
Yeah,
really big wolves that they ride.
What? As far as they're concerned, I'm going to be a scary ass wolf to them. So.
There is also a separate campfire set aside over from the rest of the, it seems like it's the officers. There's a hobgoblin. There is 2 hobgoblins. One hobgoblin is definitely like a hobgoblin captain of some sort. This guy is large and in charge sort of thing, but very, again, stern, straight-laced sort of thing. There's another hobgoblin that's with him. He is armored, but he's lightly armored, and he carries a staff with him. Okay. And then there is, for all intents and purposes, a knight in full armor Okay, he has the Iusian skull emblazoned upon the chest piece, and there's another man in black leathers and black cloak and whatnot there with him. You're not really sure. I mean, he could be kind of a roguish type. He could be a fighter. You're not really sure what that guy is. So these are the two separate camps that you have. Okay. None of the hobgoblins are drinking, as far as like carrying on and getting drunk.
So how many total hobgoblins are there?
There are 25 hobgoblins, from what you can tell. And
how
that
many
does not
rivers
include
the...
that does not include the 4 hobgoblins that are right. Okay,
Yeah.
So, and there's roughly, let's see, I've got the number. There is a bunch of wargs around, and I'm actually going to.
A bunch of wargs. Yeah,
Yep.
another hit.
Okay, so there is roughly, so there's 6. So there's 19 wargs.
Jesus.
Well, 19, 20, 21 wargs that you can count. Because it appears there's 2 horses there as well, and they're kind of tethered off to the side away from the wargs. The wargs are all like tethered up up against the side of the ravine, and then on the other side of the ravine, that's where there's 2 horses there. You do not see any crates or any sort of, merchandise, sacks, any of this different stuff.
But the other the wagons that I can see are empty.
Correct. The ones that were coming out of Rook Roost. Now, the wagons that are being pulled by the armored wagons, okay, those have bulls that are currently what do they call that, where they put the things on, hobbled. They're hobbled with where the wagons are at. So there's a team of there's 6 bulls. There's 2 bulls per wagon that will be pulling these things. And so that's what you see, and you hear Tarkwell next to you kind of give like a soundless whistle. He just kind of goes.
Yeah, we needed more brays.
And he starts backing up. Raleigh.
Yes, sir.
So you're starting to make your way up there. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll for your approach to the ravine.
With advantage, because I'm staying way the fuck away.
You won't be able to see. You have to get up on it. You'll have to make a roll. Remember, you have your inspiration if you need it. Actually, that's good enough. That's good enough. Because unfortunately, if the Rook Roostian contingent wasn't here, there might have been an issue. But they're carrying on and making noise, and they're basically making it harder for the hobgoblin sentries to do their job. So, and they're all kind of like, so. And you basically see everything that I just explained.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. As a matter of fact, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
All right.
Actually, give me 2 of them. Okay. Never mind. You do not know that the one guy down there is Barrakin. You don't recognize him. And you don't see down along the lip Silverwolf and Darkwolf.
Raleigh would see a bunch of people and be like, "Oh shit, some wolves." Okay.
Yeah. So that's what you saw. Okay, Tarkwell, he does the get the fuck out of here, and he goes back down, and he's gonna stealthily make his way back to where everybody else is hanging out.
All right, I'll do the same so I can let them know what we're up against.
Okay.
Now, Torko's coming on my side, right? Once he's seen this.
He was on my side.
No, he was, yeah.
So no one's on my side. Like no one's giving any recon for the south side. Then we're just like,
once we get back to where back to the main group.
You can see the other side of the ravine from one side to the other. It's not that far across. So Like
Well-
if it's the same deal. The only thing you wouldn't be able to know, and maybe you want to send somebody over there, would be if they had some guys up on the top up over there. But
Well, even
when
so,
you guys-
once we get there, because I mean, it seems like they're not ready to move just yet. They're not going to move at night, so there's time. So I told Tarkwall to you explain what you saw on on this side. I'll head over to the other, talk to Wyndon and the others on the south.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So once you guys get far enough away and you get closer before you break off and start going over to talk to Wyndon, Tarkwall says to you, Silverwolf, yeah, it looks like you guys were right. It looks like that is the deal. If anything, whatever is going on here is pretty important. So
yeah. I would imagine that the money's in the already been transferred into the other wagons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, the only thing that concerns me is I don't really see those recruiting contingency bugging out early in the morning. I bet those hobgoblins crack of dawn, they're moving out.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to deal with that as they come. If we can, I mean, we need to take down as many of these as we can. How far away? What are we talking about distance-wise between where we
Quarter
are
of
and
a
their
mile.
camp?
About
Quarter
a quarter
mile.
of a
So, I
mile.
mean, it'll take them time to get here if they hear us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Get organized in
right,
Comanche.
yeah. So,
But it won't take a ton of time. You'll definitely have enough to. Let's put it this way. Let's just break it down into game terms. If, let's say, those guys were there, you started the combat with all the hobgoblins, and everything went well for you. You ended that combat. Not too long after that, you're going to have another contingency of guys.
right, yep.
They won't come and get, because combat is so fast, they won't be up and ready and in on this before whatever happens with the hobgoblins is done.
Right.
So
we'll have
because most
some
of them
time.
will be hungover.
but not a lot. And I mean,
Right?
worst case scenario, we can get at least maybe try to get the money out of here and keep the mercenaries, keeping them busy as we run.
So
I mean, you guys can take one wagon, we'll take the other, and hightail it out of here.
yeah. Well, and Tarkwall says it's like, I got some spell slingers, but I would hate to put a spell slinger to just make sure that those guys don't follow us. I would feel that they would be better served in the fight against the hobgoblins, because they're going to be the tougher of the two opponents. That's for sure. That goes without saying.
Look, we need to take down. I mean, I think the bigger worry is the hobgoblin group. I don't mention any of my past history with them, by the way.
Gotcha. Yeah, like you're still, I'm surprised, you're keeping it together. It's because this is that tribe.
This is my chance to get them, and if it means getting slaughtered by the others afterward, I don't give a shit.
You had a name for the tribe, didn't you?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll let you come up with one before
All
next
right.
session, and that's the tribe.
Fair enough.
Olgin is their war chief.
Okay.
Olgin. Yeah. So,
Olgin's heroes.
you got it. 9. What did Schultz used to say all the time? I know nothing.
That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. But before you go, last thing Tarkwall says here is like, and I'm pretty sure that dude with the skull and the plate mail. Yeah, if I was a bet man, I'd say that's a paladin or whatever the hell. Iusian, anti-paladin, whatever you want to call those fuckers that are blackguard, something. That guy's probably, that's not just some kind of regular schmo.
Is that Olgin? Do I know?
No, Olgin's is a hobgoblin.
He's a hobgoblin. Okay.
He's a hobgoblin. Yeah.
So maybe your
Yeah, this tribe used to work for the Horn Society. Okay. And then when the coup happened and Ayuz took over, they just went, all right, we'll work for you. They find, you can tell they find these say that little camp where the hobgoblins were with the two what you assume are Ayuzian guys. They weren't socializing.
Right.
It's like sort of like if you see, people eating dinner that really just don't care for each other. Mm-hmm. You could totally get that vibe coming off of that. Okay. Because the hobgoblins, those guys, they're law, discipline, that sort of shit. They're all about it. Ayuzians, they're all like a bunch of fucking chaotic evil motherfuckers. They're all into demons, and it's like stabbing people into the back and all that different shit. So it's like, there you go. Hey, maybe you could go down and talk to the hobgoblins.
I'll just chat with them. I think we could work it all out just by a little dialogue.
I think you should send Raleigh down there to negotiate. What could go wrong? I think that's a great idea, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's parlay.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, well, this will be fun.
Okay, so is there anything anybody else wants to do or say or talk or?
So just to be clear, it'll only be a few hours before we launch our attack. It's going to be a long time, or how long before we?
It's not going to be that long at all because you guys have gotten there. Okay, because essentially, you guys got there. It's I don't know. By the time we'll say this is around midnight. Okay, so what Tarkwell is suspecting is that the hobgoblins are going to pull out probably at like the crack of dawn. They're going to be gone. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a rest, but it's not like a full long rest.
It's not going to be 8 hours, so that's what I really wanted to know.
Yeah.
So you guys all keep your temporary hits then.
Okay,
good.
There you go. At least for the first round of fighting.
You'll have 5 hit points for just enough to bluff for that first blow.
Yeah.
So, this is how I'm going to because essentially next game is just going to be one big old fucking battle royale. If you guys haven't guessed that already. So what I'm going to do is you guys are going to get control of all the Braves and all the mercenaries. Cool. So you guys divide them up amongst yourselves on how you want them. And I will have, I've already got all the Brave stats done. I've got all that stuff done. So you guys get to choose who's going to command and take care of what and how we're going to do it because it is a larger combat. Is that your guys will roll in blocks and your groups will attack on your initiative.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll divide up the hobgoblins into a couple of groups, and then those guys will attack on their initiatives. So
cool.
Just to make it more manageable, to give you guys less downtime, and to make it easier on me.
Right, of course.
Fair enough.
That's a ton. I don't want to be dealing with all the NPCs. I'd prefer just to deal with the monsters, and you guys can take care of what you want. And I will, like I said, I'm going to make all of the Braves that are with you guys. Those are all going to be searchable, so you can see what they have, and what they can do, so that you can make your plans accordingly. And as a matter of fact, I should have did that before this, but
well, you got a week to do it.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I just think Raleigh should have Dow. I think that's totally fair.
Some reason Dow decides to jump off the ravine into the ward.
He charges the enemy headlong. You such a bitches. Where's he going? He's just crazy that way. So, and yeah. So, and they are pretty much what you're thinking they are as far as capabilities. Like I said, these are NPCs, so they operate differently than player characters. They don't really have some of the limitations that player characters have, but they have a lot less options, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, and you'll see that when you take a look at them. So, okay. And
well, that was fun.
That is it. And we're going to have a knockdown, drag them out fight next session. This will be probably the biggest challenge that you guys have
probably definitely
come up to. This let's put it this way, not to scare anybody off or anything, but this was definitely be careful what happens. Your characters could die in a non-neural
Right.
ritual. So there you go. All right, gentlemen. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in to this wonderful 16th episode, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. And I hope you're anticipating the great big battle that will be coming. Next Tuesday. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. Tell your friends and everybody else that if you think they'll like D&D live streams, tell them about it. Tell them about the all the episodes that we have over on YouTube. Tell them about the Twitch channel if they want to come watch us live.
Yeah,
so
watch Ravanna on Friday at 9 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, is there anything else that you want to add in about that, Raleigh, before we...
I mean,
I guess I could stop calling you Raleigh now. We're out of game. Jared, anything else you'd like to tell everybody about that before we end?
I mean, it's Ravanna. It's probably
First
more
episode.
of an intrigue-based campaign, I would say, than a hack and slash. But it's, I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't.
You'll like it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
You're running it. How could they not like it?
Well, that's true. I mean, how can you go...
Right? It goes without saying. So, alrighty then. Well, if nobody else has anything else to say, we will wrap it up here, and we will see you all next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's
Night.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.